I don't have money to be filing lawsuits against every single person who restreams me or steals my content. Good news is I also don't care because I'm doing so well for myself. I have a great positive following. I get people who support all my content. Why would I care that they do that? I'll be successful every single day that I want to. No, they're not affecting me at all. Someone just asked. Someone brought it up, so I respond. I don't have money to be filing lawsuits against every single person who restreams me or steals my content. It's too frivolous, it's too time-consuming, and it's too expensive. That's number one. I'll be successful every single day that I want to. Good news is I also don't care because I'm doing so well.
Hello out there, knuckle-dragging, mouth-drooling detractors. Gather round, my darlings. Let's talk about what happened yesterday and what is the experiment that happened, supposedly, that DSP is going to reveal to us today. I'm sure just another attack of the King Snake. I have no idea, honestly. I just saw him mention on the Street Fighter stream he was going to reveal something, and then I watched his daily crap video. Anyway, we'll get into it, and then we will soon see for ourselves. So, big ups. Let's do a little recap of yesterday. We have I believe it's a Snort Bernellington clip that goes over, I don't know, that stupid horror game that we know that he wage quit and won't play again, and then Street Fighter. So, big ups to Snort Bernellington. Let's watch the clip.
This is how to play the game.
He's so clever, we can't comprehend his depth. I have a feeling since he kind of got like shit on a couple of times over the last week or so for like how bad he was begging, I feel like he wants to say like, you know, see, I think it's going to be another one of those, see, I didn't beg at all. And look, when I didn't beg and, you know, didn't ask for money, look, we didn't hit the goal. I don't know if it's going to be another one of those, but it's not that he won't beg. I don't know. When something happens like this, because we know that he's really pissed off and really embarrassed about being on live stream fails like 3 or 4 times, I kind of feel like maybe it has something to do with that. Like he got clipped for being really shitty when he was playing that Dragon Quest game. And then all of a sudden you'll notice he'll get super shitty. It's like he knows that like he crosses a line, he gets his fucking ass clapped, and then he goes, uh-oh, or something. So I'm not really sure, but we are going to find out. I'm positive it will be a huge nothing burger that will truly disappoint us all, but we're going to find out together.
My God!
I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it's some experiment that, of course, we, us peons, us retards, had no idea he was doing, and we somehow fell into some kind of trap perfectly, and we were king snaked, and I'm sure that we are coping and felted and seething and bothered and so on and so forth. Stan, big ups, honey. Thanks for the 5 gifteds. Oh, yeah. Love to see it. Appreciate you.
Sounds good to me.
Wait, no, it's not. Look. Dude, what the hell? So does the game work with controller or not? What the fuck? Seriously, I'm sorry. Because before I was a PC gamer, everyone insisted with me.
You're stop. You're not a PC gamer. That's like saying I'm a PC gamer. I play Mall Sim on Steam on my laptop. Like, that's like saying that, like, I'm a PC gamer. Stop it.
That PC works with controllers. No, it really doesn't. Like, seriously, no, it doesn't. It's like 50-50. Half these games that think they work with controller don't. I just don't understand it. It just worked, and now it stopped working. Explain to me why it worked and just stopped working.
Because you are, in fact, a huge retard.
Right? Like, what the fuck?
Never known someone in the entire history of my life to have worse luck than the guy. Like, I swear to God. Look, he's
so what am I supposed to do?
You bust out your WASDA is what you do, man.
You know, it doesn't make any sense at all. So, I don't know. I want to play this on controller, but the fucking thing won't work. Look, it won't even move this. Nothing. It doesn't do anything on any of these screens. Why? Why is only the mouse working? Look. Check. It's checked off that it's working.
I love what Snort Burnell has here. He's such an idiot, and he still drinks every day. It's so good.
Here, should I try this?
Steam can be weird with unofficial controllers. He has an official super-de-duper controller, though, does he not? Like, I'm not arguing your point, but doesn't he have the most illustrious controller that was, like, ever designed ever that costs, like, you know, as much as a fucking Rolls Royce or something?
Look. Okay.
Yeah, we see it, bro. We see it. Oh, let's do ourselves a solid here.
City that I live in, but you think that that's less of a job than going to a 9-to-5 job or an hourly punch a clock job. You have to be a more.
Hold on. What's he blabbering about? Hold on.
It's working. So I had to use Steam input.
He has the Xbox Elite controller.
To get the controller to
Well,
work with the game.
la-di-da.
It wouldn't work by default.
Duh, like how stupid can you be? Gatorade did a $5 super chat. He says, let's be honest, if Phil tried to get a real job, detractors would go after any of his potential employers. First off, I have a real job. This is considered
Bro, come on. No. No.
more than a real job. I'm a self-employed business owner. According to the U.S. government, both local and federal.
According to the government, you waste everyone's fucking time, money, and resources. Get the fuck out of here.
I own my own business, and it's a successful business that I have to file taxes on. And, you know,
Well, in that case, so do I. Like, come on, man.
anyone who's an idiot.
You sit in your room that smells like depression and stale farts and play video games all day. Give me a fucking break, man.
You know, and says this is not a real job. I mean, you're completely fucking stupid. How could you think this isn't a real job when I have to pay to register as a business in the city that I live in?
You're late every day. Like, let's start there.
But you think that that's less of a job than going to a.
Oh, what you do is very much less than a job. You have no responsibility whatsoever. I think the world would turn another day if you didn't play Street Fighter today. So we're all right. We're gonna be okay.
9-to-5 job. Or
You, like so many of us, could fall off the planet tomorrow, and nothing would be different. Everybody would continue to be just fine.
an hourly punch a clock job. You have to be a moron. Number two, I would make less money at any other job than what I'm doing now. Why on earth would I ever not want to do what I love, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Just because you're quote unquote doing what you love, which you're not, you fucking hate this. You hate that you have to do this every day. But I'll go out there on that very, very frail limb with you. If you're doing, you know, what you love every day, I'm not even gonna.
These idiots just make shit up constantly, right? Anyway.
Over 1,800
Right, whacking off on the job, fucking being late all the time, just getting up and fucking off whenever you want to. And fuck this, I'm gonna take a break. Oh, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna sit here and scroll through my phone.
milligrams of sodium. This is one of the saltiest things.
Okay, can I be honest? The game is fucking boring because they're not doing anything new. There's no new weapons, there's no new abilities. It's the same enemies over and over. Are we ever gonna do something fucking new here? It's been 2.5 hours. Like, when is there something new? In BioShock, within a
I suppose if you're gonna classify like streaming as a quote unquote job, if you're going to, I guess I would classify it under entertainment. It isn't anything dire. You know what I mean? If every YouTuber like fell off the planet tomorrow, myself included, everything would continue to be just fine. Like, we'd still have doctors and lawyers and mechanics and all that kind of stuff. So at the most I think you could do is you have to file streamers under just entertainment.
half an hour, you have all
Entertainment, maybe like education, depending on what channel, you know, you're watching.
these new things going on. You got all these abilities and fun shit. Like, how do they not understand that people don't want to do the same thing for 2.5 hours? It's boring. Can we please get something new happening here?
To be honest, the first 3 hours just were very underwhelming, and
Premiere and farewell.
I am disappointed with the game. I was expecting much more from it, and I don't know what else to say. So, but you know me, I'm honest. That's my honest take. I don't think it was very good, but maybe people would want more of it, all right? But thank you for watching, Krizo. I'd like to hear your opinions. I hope that you got a good first taste of what the game is, and we'll see how the audience responds, all right? But thank
$64 in real donos. That's why this bitch didn't even think twice about wage quitting.
you all.
Yeah, he's sitting there at $85. Gee, I went, look at that face. That's amazing. Yeah, King's Tax, $85. Gee, golly gosh. I wonder why he didn't like it.
For watching here today, everyone who's here live, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Phil's dropping it. It's a wage quit. I like how you're laughing, too.
Well, it's funny.
All right, now, folks, here's the deal. Tonight, please, let's get some great support for Street Fighter. Earlier today, I tried the new game. It wasn't very good because of that. The support was not great.
If you check his schedule, the game is nowhere to be found. He even made a video ranting against the game to get views through drama, a video that doesn't even have 1,000 views. Now, I don't know when Snort Burnell actually posted this video, but I'm positive whatever video Phil made probably still doesn't have 1,000 views either.
At all. Tonight, I'd like to have a really great stream of Street Fighter. Support, engagement, everything. Let's go. All right, let's hit it. Let's make up for that shitty game earlier. Let's have a great night of solid Street Fighter and support, just like we always have. Let's get our first genuine support outside of this troll that just did a sub. Can we get our first legit support? No, we got more love from the troll. Are we going to let the troll actually upstage actual positive viewers who like my Street Fighter gameplay? Are we going to let them take the spotlight tonight, or are we going to...
Listen, not to toot my own horn, but somebody went over to Kick on your Halloween marathon and gifted a sub with my name, Toxicity Unmasked. Oh, Toxicity Unmasked 1. I don't know why they put 1. They could have used Toxicity Unmasked. I don't have an account on Kick. So they gifted you a sub on your Halloween marathon. I stayed at the fake Phantom me stayed at the top of your leaderboard for 7.5 hours, sir. So nobody gives a fuck.
stand up and say, we're had enough. Let's crush this troll, and let's get some support for Street Fighter 6 right now.
A $50 tip. They said, I'd like to remain anonymous. I'm looking, fuck you. You're a liar.
This person said, they sent me $3. Here's what they said. You mentioned in the past, you beg because it tends to generate more.
Now, was that the Abdullah guy the other day who said when he was playing that Dragon Quest thing, like, well, if you were playing Street Fighter, I'd give you $50? Was that from him? Is that, you know, Jax Raxer in disguise? I would think Jax Raxer would want the credit. I don't know. Where'd this, like, miraculous $50 come from?
More support than when you don't. That's correct. Hypothetically, if you were to get the same support pre-beg versus post-beg, what would you do in that scenario? It's impossible to tell. What are you talking about? Pre-beg and post-beg. What does that mean? Do you mean hypothetically?
Well, pre would be before and post would be after, if you're not a retard.
Hypothetically, if I were to get the same amount of income, asking for or not asking for, what would I do? That's the dumbest question ever asked in human existence. Why would you do something extra if it generates absolutely no positive response? Right? Why would I have to ask for contributions if I'm already receiving contributions? That doesn't make much sense, does it? So you can answer your own question.
I love begging.
Thank you for the early support. Over $100 of support before I've even booted the game. That is very appreciated. Thank you all. Now, let's have a great night of Dalzim. Let's get more support. Let's go. Let's go.
So you just said, if support's coming in, why would I ask for more? But you just said great support, so come on, let's get a little bit more. Honey, you can't remember what you say.
Turn the lights off. Shit. Don't we want to see that $100 animation again? We've only seen it once. Come on.
But I thought you were doing so good.
I mean, yeah. It would be great if we could get Kick support tonight. This is the
Yeah, that dono from the other day that called him, like, you're my employee.
final stream of the week on Kick that counts for this week.
That broke that man's
We
spirit.
actually get paid for it this week. So anything on Kick tonight, subs, kicks, you know, all that would help a ton tonight. Okay, guys? All right.
Disgusting beggar.
Oh, don't I have to buy Dalzim's outfit? I have... Okay, hold on. What is his third outfit? Does he have a third outfit? I did like that one, but I don't know if I want to spend money to get that.
If I didn't do that, it would have hit me. But then I do reversal, and she's able to block the reversal, right? And by the way, this is a stream sniper. I recognize the name. So we're going to quit.
Perfect KO. Perfect KO.
And then we're going to go ahead and ban this person so I never have to play them ever again. Let's just go ahead and do that. I never have to fucking play this stream sniping life loser ever again. Thank God. Because I'm tired. It's all the same people or same person with the same fucking Cammy gameplay over and over. It's just a waste of time.
You know, at some point, you're just going to block everybody, and it's gonna come back and tell you, I don't know what to do, dude. You've blocked everybody who plays Street Fighter. So basically, he just blocks all the people that he can't beat. Is that what this is?
I'm never going to learn if that's the first match tonight, and I'm rusty. I'm never going to learn if that's what I face all night so they can kiss my fucking ass and suck my dick, and I'm never going to fight them again.
My mouth is full of salt.
I don't want to do any of those things. Ugh.
That's what I did. That's what I did. I tried to break it. Nothing. Can't block. Doesn't block. Got a hit in there. Didn't earn it. She gets to keep attacking. I can't stop because I'm Dalzim. I mean, it was a good match, but it's bullshit. Can't do anything.
So he has shown up. I guarantee he probably won't reveal his master snaky experiment thing right away. A lot of this is Street Fighter, which I appreciate, but I'm just not particularly interested in him whining and moaning and complaining about it. So what I actually want to do is just take a peek at the daily FAP. I'm sorry, I was watching Caleb Hammer. What if you heard the video play for a second? What I want to do is, like I say, watch the daily FAP. It's like 10 or 11 minutes or
kind of
something
like
like that.
Bloodcraft Magic or whatever.
And go over this just like I say, really quick, and then we'll head over to Rawville.
Do wish that the day had gone differently, and I'll explain why in a moment. But
If I could get my shit together.
of February 2026, a day that I honestly do wish had gone differently. Not to say that it was a bad streaming day, by no means was it, but I do wish that the day had gone differently, and I'll explain why in a moment. But let's recap everything that happened. We started off today with a DSP morning show, and on said morning show, we talked about various different topics, including the fate of 2XKO, which now it looks like is falling apart at the seams, an update on the new game, and it's called Directive 8020 from Supermassive Games. We had a bunch of Q&A. It was a pretty good show, good interaction, lasted about an hour, and we just chilled until we built up enough attendance, and then we started with the brand new indie game, Crizzle, all right? The game is called, actually, Crizzle Theater of Idols. And what the game is supposed to be about is two groups of warring factions of cults. I guess they both worship their own respective gods. One is the god of sun and one is the god of the sea. And the game has horror elements, the game has survival elements, and the game has interesting story and exploration, puzzles, etc. All right. What the game doesn't really have is any semblance of pacing that makes any sense whatsoever. Allow me to explain what I mean by that. So when you watch the trailer for Crizzle, right, it shows you fighting all kinds of robotic enemies. Now, some of these are like statues that appear to be human underneath, but then also giant, like big robot monsters and things like that. It shows you using multiple different kinds of weapons and the like, and it shows like you're doing some kind of like bloodcraft magic or whatever. And you're led to believe from the trailer, man, this game is probably going to be similar to like BioShock or something like that. Now, it definitely looks like it's a little bit more gory, but for the most part, that's exactly how the trailer is designed to make you think the game is. Well, folks, I'm sorry to say, the trailer's a bait and switch. And what I mean by that,
he doesn't know that. He didn't play. He didn't play long enough to know if he saw every enemy, or, you know, he'll tell you, oh, I played for 3 hours. Well, no, he didn't, because he never starts the fucking game on time. We know that. I think he did go a little bit longer because he was, you know, stalling for money. But he's so slow. He goes so slow. He fumbles and fusses around everything. And it's like, okay, just because you sat down and played something for 3 hours doesn't mean you got 3 hours into the game. So really, in all actuality, it wasn't 3 hours. We have no idea. If he wants to, you know, take this route, if it's like this game or, you know, like that game. One of the games I love the most is Resident Evil 4, the original. The remake is good, but I like the original. You're in the village of Resident Evil 4 for a considerable amount of time. For the most part, fighting nothing but villagers until you reach the castle. I basically break it down into castle, village, and island, which I think everybody does. I'm not creating anything new here. If you have never played the game before, which he has never played this game before, if you sit down and you've never played Resident Evil 4, you're in the village areas for a couple of hours. You know, you fight some bosses. You know, there's Del Lago, and then you're going to fight El Gigante, and you're going to fight Mendez, and, you know, you're going to get some Dr. Salvador's or whatever, you know, the case may be. You're going to do some of that, but you even loop. You even come back around, you know, to one of the little areas in the village, like at the very, very, you know, beginning of the game. So I really just don't know. He's like, I played for 2 hours and nothing's different. Dude, 2 hours in the big scheme of things is not very long.
is that even though maybe the things that are actually present in the trailer are in the game somewhere, they are nowhere to be seen within the first 3.5 hours of the game. No exaggeration, the entire
3.5. He didn't. Okay, again, he sat down and was on the game for 3.5 hours. So no, he didn't play the game for 3.5 hours.
Our first hour is building atmosphere with a little bit of combat, and that's okay. But then once you go into the main part of the game, here's what you very quickly realize. What's going on? All that action and stuff isn't here. You fight the same exact enemies over and over and over and over and over again, and there aren't even that many of them. It would be one thing if there were like hordes of these enemies and you felt overwhelmed. There's really nothing about this game that feels survival horror in any way. There are a few jump scares.
That's not true. That's not necessarily true. A lot of it is atmospheric, but you're not, how do I put this? You're not deep enough to really get into the atmosphere of a spooky game or a scary game. You know, you take everything way too seriously. And
here or there, but for the most part, the game is just a very boring and repetitive formula of kill a bunch of these very generic statue people, refill your ammo by using your own health, find a way to get your health back by absorbing blood from creatures or just finding vials you inject yourself with, wash, rinse, repeat. Yeah, you explore, you open locks on doors, you solve basic puzzles and stuff, but the game is a very, very narrow and boring gameplay loop. Compare that with...
I mean, really, by that aspect, again, I can go back to Resident Evil 4. You're looking for Ashley, And basically all you're doing is killing villagers, and you get calls from Hunnigan every once in a while, and you're poking around and looking for Ashley, and you don't know Ada's jumping around behind the scenes till you play separate ways or get a couple of cutscenes later on in the game to know that she's in it. And you're just kind of wandering around this village with a few little, bits and pieces of like directions and where to go and what to do. And you keep continuing to fight the same enemies over and over and over with the same weapons over and over and over. Like, yeah, man, it's the beginning of a game.
Bioshock, where right from the get-go, right, you've got multiple weapons. You're getting plasmids that are giving you new abilities and things that are exciting. You have customization options where you can buy things from a vending machine that make the game play differently, right? None of that is present in Crizzle. If you want a more in-depth explanation, I made a 10-minute video talking about Crizzle and made it the highlighted video of my channel explaining the game 1,000,000% is a bait and switch from what they showed in the trailer. Maybe if they had never shown that trailer, you wouldn't have had that expectation, but that's really the reason I bought the game. I just watched the trailer. I'm like, it kind of looks like Bioshock from the way they presented it. How am I 3.5 hours in? I still only have the starter handgun.
Because you're you. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. And then there's you.
I have no abilities whatsoever, 0, and I've only ever fought the regular standard statue enemy. I'm bored. And the truth is, not only
Are you, though? Because it sounds like it's a pretty chill game. If there aren't daunting enemies and there aren't very many enemies, then honestly, it sounds like it would be right up your alley.
was I bored, I think the viewers were even more bored. They were saying to me, this ain't it. Like, this is just not well designed at all. There's 0 pacing. Like, you want pacing so that the excitement ramps up, not 3.5 hours of exactly the same thing with 0 ramping up or anything scary. Like, what is going on? Okay, there's one scary element.
You would get along so much better if you'd just tell the truth, or at least if your lies were, how do I say this? At least if your lies were believable. Like, oh, the first 3.5 hours of the game are like this. You haven't played 3.5 hours of the game. Like, we all have clocks and watches, and we can all tell time, and we know what 3.5 hours is and what 3.5 hours isn't. Like, your lies are just bad. Just say, made $85. That ain't the 150 I want. Sorry, Charlie. Like, okay.
There is a boss that shows up you can't fight. Much like a lot of these survival horror games where it's like first person, you just can't fight the thing. You have to hide and avoid it and then try to escape it. You do that a couple of times, but honestly, you've done it in so many games before, it's just not scary in this one anymore. It just doesn't feel original. It feels like they're just biting off of what other people have done. So watch the full review, but just not a very good game. Now, because of that, okay, lots of people showed up to watch, but after like an hour, 2 hours, people were like, what happened?
If he was sitting at like $240, it would have been the best boss ever. This would have had such cool ideas, and it would have just been so great. If we could have put a 1 or a 2 in front of that $85 that he made, he'd have loved this fucking game.
This game is so boring, and sadly, the support completely dried up. So I think
you know what game he never said was boring? Not once. You know what game he never said he was tired of? Because I've been poking around on Pig Go. And he has said about like every game, I like this game. I want to keep playing it. But you know what game he never complained about? Like not once? Pokemon. Until, of course, it dried up at the end and then he couldn't beat it because he's a loser. And then he didn't hit the goal. Yeah, he never complained about Pokemon. Not once. I can't find it. I can't find it on fucking Pig Go. Not one complaint.
Like $80 on the game, and that was it. Now, I did an experiment. I'm going to explain this experiment to you tomorrow on the Level 1 podcast.
So during this horror game, he did some kind of experiment. This is what we're waiting for today.
Remind me tomorrow on the podcast. Say, Phil did something different with his Crizzle stream. All right? It's something that I probably want to do moving forward, but I don't know if it's going to work, and I want to run it by everyone. I did do it during the stream, and it distinctly made the stream feel different, but we'll see. All right? I'll talk about it tomorrow on the podcast. It's a topic that I want to discuss. But I only raised like $80 on this stream. Okay? So that being said, tonight with Street Fighter 6, I wanted it to be a really good stream because I wanted to try to make up for the fact that the first stream was a dud. All right? Tonight, in Street Fighter 6, I played with Dalzim. Now, we all know what happens when you play with Dalzim in Street Fighter 6. There's 2 scenarios. Scenario number 1, you play absolutely perfectly, meaning you make no mistakes. You don't have bad luck. You perfectly time all of your pokes, your fireballs, and you zone the opponent away.
Well, if it's playing the character perfectly, we know you didn't do that.
And make it so difficult they can never get in on you. You do combos, you do traps, you push them in the corner, you win. Dalzim dominates. But that doesn't happen every game, does it? No. Unlike the rest of the cast who all rely on a drive rush mechanic to push their opponent to the corner, and then they have a loop of stuff they do, whether it's the throw loop or a neutral jump loop, safe jump, jabbing, whatever. Dalzim has none of it. Okay? None of it. He has to zone you from mid-screen. If he doesn't do that, he can't win. Okay? So, what happened was, one of 2 things. Either it said, fight, and I started playing a perfect game, and it was really awesome, and I won, or fight, 1 move drops, that's it, they push me to the corner, game over. And that was like the whole night. So, I'll be honest with you, this is one of the nights where I got angry whenever something went wrong. Like, there were people who...
This is one of the nights I got angry when something went wrong. Anyway, that was all I wanted from his daily fap.
One, if you're on...
Because I am, like, not interested in anything else. So we're going to head over to Raw Phil. I know we don't have a lot of skip juice, but thanks for the 220 calling it now Return of the Goals. We will have to see. I don't know if it's something that has to do with him like begging or not begging or whatever, respectively. We're going to have more skip juice than I thought, which I'm here for.
Good morning, everyone. What's going on? Welcome to the show. It's the Level 1 Podcast for Wednesday, the 11th of February, 2026. And on today's show, we've got a lot to talk about. Like what? Well, number one, yesterday, two things basically happened at once that were of big interest. Number one, I tried out a new indie game called Crizzle Theater of Idols. And number two, I conducted an experiment during that stream. What I would like to do today is discuss the details of said experiment and the results and try to get feedback from you on how you feel it went and if I should try this moving forward. In addition, I'm getting flack because I did a video after that stream of Crizzle that basically gave my thoughts about the game after 3.5 hours, and people are saying that I was off base and unfair. We'll talk about that. In addition, today I would like to react to the Directive 8020, a trailer that released yesterday. The game finally has a release date. This is the next game from Supermassive Games. That'll be exciting. And I would like to plan more for the upcoming marathon that we're going to be holding on March 6th called the Retrothon, so we can get more of an idea of what it is and we can begin to promote and hype it up to get people to show up for it. So we've got a good amount of stuff to talk about on today's show. In addition, I want to get to Hollow Knight. And so I hope that we can get through a good amount of stuff on this show, but not drag it out. So everyone, I hope that you're here and ready to chill.
You're going to fucking yap until, I don't know, he showed up early. I thought we were doing a...
Sit back and relax. It's time for a very, very involved and heavy episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
I thought we were getting I don't know if we're getting a full podcast. I never know what this dickhead is doing anymore. And you know, in the big scheme of things, it doesn't really matter because the shit is all the fucking same. It says we're getting a full podcast. Apparently this evening we also get Crumble Cookies. DSP tries it as well. We'll have to see how this goes. Don't get excited. This is going to be an absolute fucking nothing burger. If he ran some kind of experiment, but it didn't seem different to us in any way, shape, or form, he did nothing and accomplished nothing. So therefore, it doesn't fucking matter.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. Again, it is Wednesday, the 11th of February, 2026. It's going to be a jam-packed show with a lot of topics to cover, which is actually why I started the show a little bit on the earlier side today. Thanks to those who are here for said show live. Now, before
I don't think we need an hour and 40 minutes for the three things you want to talk about, but whatever you say, guys.
we even get into the content for today's show, I want to give you a little sneak preview of Friday's Level 1 Podcast, which will be the last streaming day of the week. Today is actually the middle of the week. It's kind of the second half of my streaming week beginning in my 6 days of streaming today. If for those who are not aware, coming up on Thursday, there are not one, but two big digital presentations that will happen in the realm of gaming. The first is from Sony. Sony will be doing an hour-plus long state of play, and from all reports, this is going to be one of their most involved, detailed state of plays they've ever done. People are estimating some 10 or more games will actually be in-depth previewed during this event. Don't know if there's truth to that or not. People are even saying that the speculation and rumor is that Marathon, the new game from Bungie, Bungie, never mind, will actually not only be previewed and fully explained, but that a beta will likely go live immediately following the end of the state of play. So that's event number one, okay? And event number two is that it has now been announced by Konami that Konami is going to be doing their own Silent Hill transmission later on that afternoon. So you got the Sony State of Play at 2 p.m. Pacific time, the Silent Hill transmission at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Now, here's the thing. I'll be streaming tomorrow afternoon, gameplay. So I'm not going to be watching those events live. However, I will react to any of that stuff that goes down that's important or notable or stuff that people want to get my opinion on Friday morning's Level 1 Podcast. So if you're interested in seeing me react to anything from State of Play or from the Silent Hill transmission, come by on Friday morning. That's the 13th of February. Friday the 13th. Uh-oh. I didn't realize that. But anyway, come by on Friday the 13th to get my reactions to all of that.
Today's the 11th, and he didn't realize that Friday is the 13th. Jesus Christ.
That stuff, okay? So Friday will be a very in-depth, important podcast. But what about today? We're in the middle of the week. We got a lot to talk about today. All right, we do. Yesterday was kind of an interesting and important day for me because not only was I trying out an indie game, the likes of which I likely would have skipped in the past before this year's changes to my content that I've instituted, but also I tried something different during the stream that I want to now reveal to all of you to let you know how it went. But after I finished that stream playing Crizzle Theater of Idols, I made a 10-minute video to give my honest thoughts about the game, and some people seem upset. To be honest, all right, I feel like right now on the internet, there is a bandwagon movement, a cultural mentality that says, hey, favor the indie game. Kiss the indie game's butt.
The days just run together when you e-bag. I guess he just has no idea what day it is. I guess it's either wake up and then stream or not stream, and then that's it, like nothing else. I guess that's true. I guess you don't need to know what the day is when like you have nothing else going on in your life. So fair point, fair point.
Play the indie game, criticize, smash, say negative things about the AAA, but if it's indie, you must be nice. No. Sorry. That's not who I am. That's not who I'm ever going to be. As you know, in the over 17 years that I've been a gaming content creator on YouTube, I've always told it like it is. I don't pull punches. I don't sugarcoat. I don't favor anything. I'm honest. And so, if I play a game and I feel that we are in some kind of a situation where the game is not representative or is misrepresenting what it is to try to get sales, if the game doesn't live up to expectations that has laid out for itself, okay, I'm going to be honest about it. All right, and you might say, well, what are you talking about? So yesterday I played Crizzle Theater of Souls, okay? It is an indie game. It's made by a small studio. Although the game was funded by Blumhouse, a company that makes high-profile horror movies, this is one of their first actual investments in a video game, okay? Crizzle Theater of Souls presents itself in all of its promotional materials, notably its big launch trailer, as a game that's going to be high action, okay, with tons of weapons, abilities, variety of enemies, and scares, okay? When you play the game, the first hour to hour and a half is actually really good atmosphere building of laying out the story and the environment and the elements of the things the game's going to be. And then for the next 2 hours, the game is completely identical, doesn't try to do anything different, doesn't give you any new weapons, doesn't give you any abilities, doesn't even give you a single new enemy to fight. It just gives you the same regurgitated crap over and over. The game suffers from what...
Kind of like you? Because we've heard this like 3 times now. When you got done playing the game, we heard this on the Daily Fap. Now we're hearing it again.
You should be calling terrible pacing, okay? Awful pacing. Whoever the game director was should have known better and say, hey, I understand atmosphere and building up suspense, but who wants to sit around for 3.5 hours with a single handgun shooting the same repetitive enemies over and over with almost no change in the environment, no change to gameplay mechanics? It's the same crap for 3.5 hours. It's boring, okay? So I relayed that, not only in my stream of the game that I was playing, but also in my reaction video after the fact, where I clearly stated...
The video, I have to retract my earlier statement. The video is at 1.6 thousand views. So there's that. Chiba, thanks for being a member for 7 months. I appreciate you. Big ups, Toxie. This dude is unraveling at the seams lately, like more than usual. Well, his 2 biggest whales, OIC and Iron Chef Sky, are quite MIA, you see. He has not been hitting many goals. So... It's been tough. It's been tough. We know that this causes this lady of luxury here to freak out.
Feel the game is a bait and switch after 3.5 hours of gameplay. It says that, like right in the title of the video, so no one would get the impression that I actually played the entirety of this game. I played the first portion, and that's the impression I got.
And that's why you look so stupid.
Right? So basically, after having played this game, here's how the audience reacted. Very similar to how I reacted, okay? The first hour to hour and a half, we were intrigued. Ooh, it's an interesting setup. It's kind of creepy. The idea that 2 cults are going at each other is kind of interesting. All right. Then when it's 2 more hours of the same, we all got bored. It wasn't just me saying that. Everyone watching the stream got literally bored of the game. We were like, this is just not it. You know, why you even keep playing this? It's so boring. It's the same thing over and over. And now here's the thing. I played 3.5 hours. Maybe if I played 5 hours or 6 hours, there would have been more to
You didn't play 3.5.
Anyway, I mean, we found the shotgun. We just hadn't been able to unlock it yet. It looks like the game's going to force you to do a lot of
OIC and ICS are MIA and DSP's business is DOA. It's said very well.
gameplay and backtrack to get the shotgun. How many more weapons are there?
By the way, the Steam on Steam, this game he claims is a bait and switch, has a 9 out of 10. I thought it looked pretty interesting. I couldn't watch much of his gameplay. He just looked very fumbly. He walked into a room and an audio cutscene was starting to play, and he talked over it, and he just looked like he was trying to just, as he usually does, he looks like he was just trying to like brute force his way through. He wasn't listening. He was just wandering around. He didn't really seem like he was paying a whole lot of attention. He was mad. He gets really angry, of course, when he doesn't hit the not goal, and he just kind of starts seeing red. And as if he doesn't play shitty enough, he does. He plays more shittily, and I think I just made a word, and I'm sticking with it. He plays far more shittily when he's mad that he's not making any money, and he's getting clowned on, and things have not been going well for him. He actually plays worse. He's said this. So I think there's that too. but I tried to watch him for a few minutes, play this yesterday, and it seemed like something I would enjoy, playing on my own and maybe watching somebody competent, but he was making it miserable. I mean, as usual.
In the game, I don't know. Are there ever any more abilities in the game besides just refilling your bullets with blood? I don't know.
You'll never know. You played for like 2 hours and 10 minutes, so you'll never know.
But the thing is, in 2026, game developers need to understand one critical thing, because it's very simple. You need to hook the gamer within the first couple of hours to let us know why we want to keep playing your game.
No. Well, yes, the game needs to hook you, but you need to hook your audience, and you didn't. I mean, shocker.
You can't have an insanely long, drawn-out intro where you're building and building and building. We got better things to do, right? Our time is valuable.
Right. We have better things to do. Our time is valuable. That's correct.
And we don't want to sit around waiting for there to possibly be a payoff when you're asking so much of us when it comes to time investment. Sorry, I want to know what's good about your game before I've invested 10 hours in it. I mean, we've talked about this time and time and time again over the years. Do you remember a game that actually was really good, actually had great world design, interesting story, great gameplay elements, decent graphics, but flopped miserably? The game was called Days Gone, okay?
Pretty much since the Reddit thing, Unk is trying to walk back on his flaws. I think that really hurt him. I think he was on live stream fails like 3 or 4 times. I think it hurt him pretty
The reason
good.
Days Gone flopped was because it was a zombie survival game with drama and survivors and different storylines set in a post-apocalyptic world. It was open world, it was third person, it had cool survival mechanics, combat mechanics, taking on giant mobs of zombies and things you've never really done in a game before. The problem was, it took over 12 hours of repetitive base destruction gameplay before you got to the good parts. And most people tapped out before they played for 12 hours. Most game reviewers outright stated, we stopped playing this game because it's so boring within the first few hours. You need to have good pacing to have a game that's going to be successful in the modern era. Crizzle does not have that. It takes the opposite route, and it very well may have good elements later in the game. It doesn't matter, because, folks...
It says here that Crizzle, I don't know how you say it, Theater of Idols, he keeps calling it Theater of Souls, but he's fucking retarded, was released on February 10th of this year. Features a campaign that takes roughly 10 to 12 hours to complete. So we know for this guy, you probably want to at least double that because he's so fucking slow. So he says he played 3.5 hours. Let's take him at his word. He's wrong. He played 3.5 hours, maybe, but he didn't get 3.5 hours into the game. And it says here 10 to 12. So let's say like it would take 15. He's barely a fifth into the game. I mean, I just don't understand what he wants here. And this information is readily available also, by the way. I just typed it into Google like right now, and it says it's 10 to 12 hours long. So
what people need to start understanding, particularly game developers and even TV show writers, is that the most valuable asset in life at this point is not money, it's time. Crizzle is a cheap game. The game is under $20. And a lot of people have given me flack in this video that I made about Crizzle saying, Phil, you're being way too harsh. This isn't a AAA game that they're charging $70 for, and you're acting like that in this video. It's a game that's under 20 bucks. You should really give it a pass. No, you don't get a pass. It doesn't matter if your game costs $1, $15, $70, or $150. If your game is boring, it's always boring.
he's just unleashing his anger because he didn't hit the goal. I'm not saying that he wouldn't gripe about it otherwise, but if that magical little King's Tax had said 150 or higher, he still might say, the game's shitty, but we'll try it again next week. But because it fell so fucking far short of the goal, he's just exacerbating all of his gripes and complaints because no game is perfect. But this is one of the slowest gamers I've ever seen in my life. So he's one to talk about the game being quote unquote too slow.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to pay any money for a game that is boring and isn't a fun experience. Therefore, I have the right to criticize it.
Well, technically you didn't pay any money for it. If it's under $20, you made 85. Therefore, you didn't technically pay anything for it.
Now, the thing is, right now, in the gaming community and online, there is a mentality to say indie games are better because they're cheaper. Indie games are better because they're not AAA with giant bloated budgets and they're not samey and they don't copy what everyone else did and put out another game just for profits. Therefore, you should kiss their butt. No, I'm not going to do that. Crizzle is a game that presents itself as an action-packed, Bioshock-esque game when you watch its promotional materials. I didn't make the promotional materials, they did. So if they didn't want that game to look like that, they shouldn't have presented it like that. Seriously. They actually should have just shown a few statue-like enemies and the guy shooting and some dramatic scenes, and that would have been the trailer. Now, that trailer would have looked boring because the game is boring. But it would have been representative of what the game is, and then I wouldn't have called it a bait and switch. But it is a bait and switch. When you present the game in a different way, that's not representative of what the actual gameplay loop will be. And again, it doesn't matter if the game is cheap or expensive. If it's not fun, I'm going to tell you that And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Crizzle is just not fun. Maybe if I kept playing, it would have gotten to fun parts, much like Days Gone, where you had to play 12 hours through this grindy intro crap to get to the good parts. But that's not my fault or my problem. It's the game developer's problem, because they have a game that's so boring up front. I bet most people who buy it will play it for 2 hours, say, what is this crap, and never touch it again. Now, you might say that's not a big deal because the game's only $15. Yes, it is, because you've wasted 2 hours of your time. You've already made that purchase. And most people were going to be like, well, it's not a big deal because it's not expensive, but you still shouldn't get ripped off. And if you bought that game thinking it is going to be like the trailer, you got ripped off. Doesn't matter that it was cheap. That's still your money and your time that has been wasted. A lot of people just don't seem to.
Is this projection because your time was wasted? Because you sat here for 3 hours and didn't get your 150? Because that really sounds like what the crux of this all is that you feel like your time got wasted because you sat here for 5 hours and didn't make your $150. You sat here for 5 hours and made $85. So you sat here yesterday on your daytime stream and worked for less than minimum wage, and it sounds like you're just really fucking salty about it.
To value time.
Is that like what this is?
Well enough anymore. You have to understand we have one life to live on this planet. The older I get, the more I realize my time is more valuable than ever before because I have less of it than.
Oh, your time isn't valuable. Shut the fuck up. All right, where am I at? 11:36. Okay, I just want to see something. Humor me. Chat.
Every drop of blood you've spilled. Every secret you've hidden. Open your eyes, mi amor.
Okay. I don't really know what he's talking about. A lot of the enemies there were similar. The big one that you can't escape from. I can't remember the name now. I'm not going to embarrass myself. There's a longer trailer.
Gameplay and playthrough I'm creating of it.
That's okay. I just wanted to see what one of the trailers would be like. And that's pretty much what I saw yesterday. So I just really don't know.
For on Earth. Therefore, I don't want to waste my time on crap. And if the game is boring, it's
Thank you for putting up with me. I just wanted to see that.
crap. The game is boring in my opinion. It's crap. I don't think that people should be fooled into thinking anything otherwise. So I made a video explaining that, but somehow I did it wrong. No, I didn't.
You realize what trailers do, don't you? I think we have to go all the way back to the drawing board to where you just don't understand a trailer. They're going to show you some of the best parts, some of the scariest parts. You're going to get very, very, very quick glimpses at some bosses or some particularly maybe disturbing or exciting things, respectively. It is a trailer. It takes some of the best pieces of the game because it's supposed to make you want it. It is essentially a commercial. It is an ad. It is a trailer. It's going to, it's the whole point is to entice you, to make you buy it. Like, I don't understand. Like, every time you see like a commercial or an ad for a car, they show you the car and it looks incredible. And then you read the really, really fine print at the bottom and it'll tell you, well, the base model is like 30,000, but this super gigandy awesome one that you want that you see right here is 55,000. Like, this is advertising.
You're doing it wrong if you're blindly defending the game because it's an indie game that's cheap. There is no reason whatsoever to be defending anything because it's cheap or made by a small studio. It still needs to be good. Crizzle is not. That's my opinion. If you disagree, you have a right to do that. But to criticize my opinion and say it's invalid, I'm being too harsh because I'm treating it like it's a AAA game,
It's someone's opinion thinking that your opinion is too harsh. It's still opinion, which you just said that we're entitled to. So why are you so bothered by this? If someone has the opinion that your opinion is too harsh, which it is because you're wrong, but the thing about it is that no one is telling you a fact. This is all just a matter of opinion and what you like and what you don't. So again, if they're saying that your opinion sucks, that's still just their opinion.
incredibly ignorant. Bottom line. Okay? So listen, it's fine.
I see. We're stupid, ignorant fools.
It is what it is. If people want to disagree, go for it. They already are. And there's nothing I can do about that. If you like Crizzle, good for you. All I know is I was bored of it, and so was the audience. Everyone in the chat was bored as hell. So why on earth?
Can we really blame the game, though?
am I in the wrong by making a video just resonating that feeling in verbal form for 10 minutes? Anyway, so that's what happened yesterday in regards to Crizzle.
Right.
All right. And so you can watch the videos. By the way, almost
I'm absolutely not doing that.
no one has. To give you perspective here, my video about Crizzle, which is 10 minutes long, already has over 1,500 views and climbing in like 15 hours that it's been live. Okay? The actual gameplay of Crizzle, the 3.5 hours, the first part has like 400 views. The other two parts barely have 200, if that. People started watching and said, wow, this is boring, and literally never continued to watch because the game is boring. So, again, the results actually...
Why would they continue to watch? You're telling them not to. You're not hyping it up. You can hype it up while also saying it's just not the game for me. It looks really cool. It's super creepy. I just don't have the time to dedicate to that right now. That way you're not trashing the game, and you're also saying that it's not for you. Like if you had any tact or decorum or class, you could actually, both of those things can actually exist in the same like sphere, like in the same plane of like logical thinking. You can say it's not for you while not shit talking it and trying to drag it through the mud. But when you're sitting here, oh, it's boring, it's stupid, it's boring, it's stupid. My videos don't have any views. Gee, I can't imagine why. Maybe because you've told everyone several times now that it's boring and long and repetitive and stupid. If I got told, hey, Toxie, check out this video. It's long and lame and boring and stupid. Hard pass. Like, what?
actually match what I'm saying about the game, I'm not wrong. You're just too lenient on indie games, and you need to stop. Because what'll happen is, now everyone apparently needs to be so nice to indie games that we just gotta say they're all good. No, absolutely not. In fact, it should be the polar opposite here. Because now there's so many indie games that are clamoring for your attention and dollar. Because now AAA games are floundering and failing. Now indies are getting their shot. You need the voice of reason to cut through all of this crap to tell you what's good and what's not. You don't need everyone telling you every indie game is great. I mean, sure, I could have kissed Crizzle's butt. I should have said, oh, look, the graphics are quite good for a cheap game, right? Can you imagine that this game looks so good on such a small budget and it's an indie game? Yeah, I could have just sat here and just said there and said, ooh, the creepy atmosphere. Yeah, those are the two good things about Crizzle's, the graphics and the atmosphere. But the gameplay is boring. So I'm not going to lie about that to you. I'm sure a lot of people do. They just sit there and they act like they're almost like promoters of this indie, style of game because this is what's the hot thing to do right now. Well, no. If you want me to cover more games and you
It's the hot thing to do right now? What are you talking about? What?
want me to cover indie games, you have to expect the same level of transparency and the same level of criticism that I give any other game that I used to play. And just because it's popular to say AAA games suck right now, doesn't mean that I'm going to say every indie game is amazing too. Okay?
Are you like having your mansies? Are you like PMSing? I don't know. Got some back pain? Do your man boobs hurt? Like, you just sound like you're like really grouchy. You just sound like you're really in a crabby mood. Are you okay? It's really not a big deal.
So there you have it. That's what I have to say about my coverage of Crizzle. You can enjoy the 10-minute video if you just want to see my summarized
You can get fucked by something long and rusty.
thoughts. You can watch the raw gameplay if you so choose. It seems like no one is so choosing that, okay? Because basically everyone agreed who watched it, it was fucking boring, so no one's even bothering watching the gameplay. Just saying, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now, let's do some shout-outs for contributions, and then I want to get to the second half of this discussion, which is the fact that I conducted an interesting experiment during yesterday's stream. In reality, I've actually been doing a little bit of experimentation recently, and I want to let you know exactly what it's been, okay? But let's do some shout-outs first off, because there's a
Oh, now it's I've been doing experimentation recently.
couple of contributions here. We have our first tip of the day, a $10 tip from someone who says, this is exactly why I actually support you, because you keep it real. Because you keep it real no matter what you're doing. Exactly. I'm never going to be the guy that's a butt kisser for any reason whatsoever. I have absolutely no reason to ever kiss butt because I don't actually benefit from doing it. On the flip side, I also don't benefit from just being a toxic jerk to everything either. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get why people are actually upset with me for being honest. And again, I think what you also have to understand is whenever I put out a video, it's my opinion, right? It literally says that Crizzle is a bait and switch based on my 3.5 hours of playing, and that's what the video is titled, right? So why people would be upset, I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm not going to change, okay? Cool. So thank you for $10. I appreciate that. First super chat of the day is 2L84 Prey, who did a CZK50 super chat. Okay, hold on. There's a lot of work here. CZK
Hold on. This is a lot of work here.
to USD, and it's what, 50? So it's $2.45. Okay, thank you for the first super chat of the day. And they said, this is out of context, but will you show a tour of your house in the future? Much appreciated. No, I will not. Maybe in the future, I would choose to reveal certain parts of my home that I feel are safe to show to the public. Perhaps when I set up my workout room, which I am planning on hopefully doing sometime this year, I could show you my machine that I'm using to do, exercises and stuff like that. Perhaps, maybe not. I'm not promising anything. That's why I don't mention it. Because I've learned that separating my work from my personal life has dramatically increased my safety and my enjoyment of life. Because if I share everything, then people use that to hurt me. And I know that I've gone into detail a million times about this, so I'm not going to go into detail about it on today's show. But basically, what's in this room stays in this room and gets broadcast to the internet. What's outside of this room is my personal business to be shared with my wife, my cat, and my immediate family. Like, my parents know everything that goes on in my house, but that's about it. No one else needs to know anything that's in this house. You don't need to know about the giant mountain of cocaine that I have in my spare bedroom. Okay? That's none of your business.
You'd be a lot thinner, more energetic, and frankly, more fun. So I know not only is there not cocaine in that house, there's like anti-fucking cocaine in that house.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be chubsy-wubsy there with your man titties. You'd look like you had a fucking pulse. You might still kind of look like death, but you'd be a hell of a lot more fun.
But will I ever show parts of it? Perhaps, if I decide to. I now have the means, you know, I can use my camera, I can use my microphone, I can use my selfie stick, and I can film around the house to show you stuff if I wanted to. So maybe I will eventually, but as of now, the answer is no. Princess Luna, thank you for a $5 super chat, which is our biggest one of the day. First of all, let's get down on the leaderboard. Let's see what Princess Luna has to say, okay? Okay. Okay, so Princess Luna says, indie games are like food trucks.
It's called copium toxi. He snorts that a lot.
There's now so many, only the good ones survive, in my opinion. That's what's happening now, because it didn't used to be like that. If it's all true, if it's all fully fleshed out, or, and this is more likely the case, if a lot of it that looks great on paper actually doesn't factor into the gameplay at all. Meaning, there could have the best crafting system ever made. It could have an amazing flight system where you fly around the map on mounts, and then none of that has to do with the actual game. It's in there, but you don't have to use it to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, you could just play through the game and beat it without any of that crap. Like, it could be the next Starfield, where on paper, Starfield might look good. Oh, you could craft
I thought we were getting to this announcement.
your own ship. Oh,
You've got 200 people. It's about the best you can hope for, sir.
have colonies on planets and mine resources, and you never have to do any of that in the game. It's just there to say that there's content, and the content doesn't mean anything, right? So I guess we'll see when the game comes out next month. I'm excited to try
Cocaine lull, this pussy doesn't party.
it for sure. It may be a super immersive game with tons to do. It
That's
might be one of the best
funny.
games in a long time. Or it might stink. We'll find out firsthand together, okay? Okay, so now let's get to the other thing that I want to talk about yesterday's first stream, all right? So yesterday, I played Grizzle Theater of Idols. This is a game that it was going to be a kind of, ooh, let's test the waters, let's see if the game's any good. It was, essentially, it was, yes, a first part of a playthrough if I decided to start playing the game fully, but also it was kind of a first look stream, if that makes sense, where a lot of content creators do this. They essentially test the waters of a game and they call it first look, rather than playthrough or I'm actually playing this game. That way, if they decide against continuing, no one says, oh, you're playing it, now you're dropping it. Well, no, I never was playing it. It was just a first look, okay? So, in regards to that, all right, yesterday, when I was playing Grizzle, I conducted myself a little differently than I normally would. Does anyone actually know up front what it was? I'm just curious if any of you actually figured out what the difference was between the Grizzle stream and a normal stream. Let's see if anyone in chat can get it. I'm very curious.
Well, from popular theory is that you didn't beg, you didn't ask for money. I didn't play, Jesus Christ. I didn't play anything. I didn't watch the whole thing, so I have no fucking idea. But I guess you need attention, so we're supposed to guess. So I'm going with the common, you didn't beg or ask for money. So are we doing this? You did this already. Do we remember when Bugs Bunny died? It was like in February or March or something. You did this whole, I didn't beg because I wanted to, I wanted to see what everybody would do. And look how shitty I did because I didn't ask for support. Like, Grandpa's like looping from the loops of the past loop. What the fuck is happening?
I'm going to give it a minute because remember, the chat's delayed. I'm just curious. Someone got it already. Kimikaze actually just hit it on the head. She said, there was no asking for money. You're right. If you go back and you watch the entirety of the time that I was streaming Grizzle on this stream, which was 3.5 hours, okay? You're going to notice.
Are you supposed to get a gold star because you didn't beg?
That not one time, not once, did I actually ask for a financial contribution whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
Now, I did ask for engagement. I said, hey, the first part of the playthrough is the most important one. If you're on stream, please like the stream to get more engagement for the channel. If you're watching this on demand, please like the video and leave comments. What are you thinking about the game? Do you like it? Do you not? That will help this channel tremendously. I definitely said that, but not a single time did I actually say, hey, open your wallets, send me some super chats, send me some kicks, send me some tips, send me some members, send me some subs. I never said that whatsoever. I never even mentioned the ways that you can contribute. I just acted like you couldn't, okay? Now, the thing is, I've done this before. All right, I've done this before. And the last...
We know. We were still here. We know. I think maybe you forgot, but Pepperidge Farm remembers.
time that I did it, people gave me shit for it because they said, well, it wasn't fair. Why? Well, basically, I think it was like the day before, I did a marathon. And
What wasn't fair? What are you talking about?
Yes, during the said marathon, I had actually done pretty good. It was like a marathon
You have to tell us ahead of time when you're not going to beg so that we know to throw money at you.
where a lot of people had supported or whatever, okay? And so they said, you know, that's not a fair experiment to see what would happen because a lot of people had given a lot of support the day before. Therefore, the day after a very successful marathon where everyone basically unloaded with support, you're going to have less.
Yeah, this was in February or March. I can't remember when it was. He was playing the Five Nights at Freddy's games, and it took him like 4 hours to even get the game started. And he kept getting up and fucking off and walking away, but he still made like 900, 1,000, 1,100 bucks or something. And then the next day he came back and he didn't beg and didn't ask for money, and he made a big fucking deal about it. But usually the days after, the immediate next day after a marathon, he never does any fucking good because all the little fucking gooner, dented, retarded wheelchairs save up for these marathons, blow their load on the marathon, and the next couple of days they're busted. So everybody was like, whoop-de-doo, you didn't beg. You knew you weren't going to get any fucking money anyway. Experiment failed.
Support. Now, the first time that I tried this last year, you want to know how much money I made? Because I told Asmongold in our actual interview back in November, I made $30. The entire stream where I didn't ask for anything, I made $30.
He made $1,000 the day before on the FNAF Rip Begs Bunny marathon in February or March. I want to say February, but the fact that I want to say it's February makes me think it's March. It was about a year ago-ish.
Over 5 hours of streaming. Okay? Not even $10 an hour, right? But everyone says that wasn't valid. Fair enough. Let's
It wasn't, because it was the day after a marathon when you historically never do well.
try it again, but let me try it on a day when absolutely no one will be expecting it whatsoever, and on a day where it's going to be an interesting strategy because of the game that I was playing.
Or 2 days after you get your fucking shit kicked in and you end up on live stream fails again. Because you showed up on live stream fails for begging for money on Black Ops, and then you showed up on live stream fails again for bitching and begging and complaining about money on Dragon Quest. And now all of a sudden you decide yesterday that, I'm not going to beg during the daytime stream when I get clipped an awful lot. That's funny. Almost like you're so fucking embarrassed you don't want to end up on live stream fails again. Because that shit broke what was left of your soul and your spirit. Can't imagine. You know, just like when Moist Critical fucking clapped you and you didn't beg for like 12 days because you were so fucking ashamed of yourself. Movie sign. Thanks for the 220. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. You didn't beg. You want a cookie, Dave?
Yesterday when I played Crizzle, this was the very first time ever that I played this game. And very much we were testing the waters to see if people liked the game and if this was going to be a playthrough that I was going to do in the future. Now, let's be honest. There is a pattern when it comes to the levels of support that I receive on a stream. And the pattern is usually, if you really like the game I'm playing, and if I really like the game I'm playing, I'm having a great time, that comes through on the stream, and you support it. That's not always the case. For example, Street Fighter 6 right now is getting massive support, and I basically destroy the game every time I play it, saying how bad it sucks, right? The thing is, there's entertainment value there in seeing me rage and try to persevere against a game that I really don't like that much, right? But for the most part, take a look at games right now such as Hollow Knight, which I absolutely am loving and liking more the more I play it, and RimWorld, which at first I was really having a hard time with, but now that I've learned this stuff, okay.
He wanted Critical to interview him, and the response was, it's not that deep. Because it's not that deep. It really isn't. You know, Moist Critical thinks the same way that Asmongold thinks, the same that Keemstar thinks, the same that everyone thinks. This guy's just fun to fucking rip on. He's a lol cow. You squeeze him, you get a little bit of milk, you have some laughs. At his expense, maybe you get a few bucks off of it, and then you just keep fucking moving. Nobody takes this fucking retard seriously.
Okay? And I know the basic mechanics, and I'm still learning, and I have this great interactive time with you guys every time. Tons of engagement as people try to help me with the game. I really enjoy myself. Even though it's stressful as hell, it's still good. It's entertaining. It's fun. People like it. They support it, right? So, knowing far well that I was playing a game where I didn't know if I was going to like it. I didn't know if you were going to like it. I thought in my head, man, here's the thing. I could ask for support on this stream. And to be honest with you guys, I know for a fact, 100% proven fact, if I had asked for support on yesterday's Crizzle stream, I would have received more. I may not have gotten a ton, all right? But I absolutely guarantee you, without a shadow of a doubt, if I had said, come on, let's get some support. I'm covering more indies this year. I'm showing you what's...
Or did you realize it wasn't going well and you wanted to beg? And what actually happened is the back of your brain clicked on and went, but if you beg and melt down again, you're just going to end up on live stream fails again. You don't want to end up on live stream fails again. Everybody thinks you're an asshole and a loser and a douchebag and a narcissist. So maybe just be quiet today. Maybe just don't do that today because, come on, that's what really happened. And you'll never convince me of anything else. This wasn't some wild experiment that you've been thinking about for weeks. This was, I just got clapped for Black Ops 7. I just got fucking clapped for Dragon Quest. Let me shut my fucking mouth. Because everyone's making a fucking fool out of me. So let me just sit here and play the game.
Good and what's not. If you
Also, you sat there, said nothing, and made $85.
like this new effort, you like the fact that I'm playing more games, support this channel. If you like all the changes and improvements I've made, you like the content, support the channel. And people would have supported. I would have got memberships, I would have got some subs, I would have got some tips, I would have.
You might have, and you may not have. There are some days where you beg fucking mercilessly, and it does not go in your favor. You beg mercilessly, you bend the fucking knee, you degrade yourself, you humiliate yourself, you beg and piss and whine and moan and lash out at people, and you're shitty to people, and you do overtime, and it still doesn't hit the fucking goal. So what in the fuck are you actually talking about? Also, I've been doing this channel for over a year. I've never asked anybody to make anything or to give me anything. And there are many, many days where I make more. I make more on my stream than you do. And I stream less than half the time you do. And I never ask for anything. And I never will, because that's fucked up. Nobody owes me fuck all. This is just funny to me. So, like, what the fuck is your point? I run the experiment that you ran yesterday, which is just bullshit. I run it every fucking day. I've been running it every fucking day since last January, since last December or whatever, when I started doing this. So what the fuck are you actually talking about? I've taken down my leaderboards because you say the leaderboard can't go away or nobody will give you money. I've taken my leaderboards down. I don't ask for anything. So all of what you're saying right now is complete and utter bullshit. And it's not just me. I'm not some kind of fucking hero. I don't know any detractor that ever asks for anything, ever. The only time I would ask is maybe, I don't know, if I was raising money for something, I'd be like, hey, can we make something happen here? Can we make some magic happen for a charity or something like that? Try Jay, thank you for the tenor. I appreciate you. Phil, revisionist history, Burnell. Come on. He can't expect that we're going to fucking buy this, right? Why? Why all of a sudden now he decides to do this? It's because he got his fucking shit kicked in on live stream fails. Ghost Viper, thanks for being a member for 9 months. I appreciate you. Moral support for the Toxie Queen. Thank you. I appreciate you. Ira Frost, thank you. Holy fuck balls. Thank you for the 10 gifteds. I appreciate your generosity.
It probably wouldn't have been an overwhelming amount. No one's going to go, oh, I don't really like the game Phil's playing, but I'm still going to overwhelmingly open my wallet and support the stream. That wouldn't have happened, okay? But I would have got more. 100%, right? There you go.
No. Again, maybe yes and maybe no. I've seen you beg your poor little heart out and get nothing. So,
Now,
so no, not necessarily.
what did this result in? What was the result of the experiment? And how did I feel it went? And how should I conduct myself moving forward? Let's talk about that. So the result of the experiment...
Maybe stop conducting yourself like such an asshole. Movie Sign, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you for the 5 gifteds. Thank you very much.
was as follows. By the end of the stream, again, me not asking for support, I got about $80 of support. I want to say it was like $82 or something like that. Okay? Is that the worst stream I've ever had? No. In fact, to be honest, I had a worse stream on Sunday night when I did the double indie stream of Sharks and Minnows and Terminator 2D No Fate.
Yeah, and you begged your ass off and still couldn't hit the non-goal. So is there a point we're getting to here?
The reason for that is very simple. I'd already played those games multiple times. In the case of Terminator 2, we were already beat it multiple times. We were just trying to see the final ending. It actually wasn't even worth the time, actually. You know, and so you're going to get some initial interest in a game like that. But you're not going to get an audience coming back a million times and throwing money at it. You know what I'm saying? So it actually wasn't even. Again,
You're speaking like in absolutes, like everything is black or white or up or down, you know, north or south. Like that's not. Life is not black and white. There's like 50,000 shades of gray in between. You don't know. You don't know that begging would have garnered you more money. You don't know that doing ABC would have gotten you XYZ. Like, you don't know this. You're just like, well, I think this is what would happen, so this is what would happen. Fatal, thanks for the 3, honey. I appreciate you for the Phil fund, and I appreciate you.
The worst stream that I had done recently, okay? But it certainly wasn't great. No one was showering me with support because I didn't ask for it. All right, there is a
That's not true, though. That's just simply not true. That's not true.
Absolutely, positively, direct correlation between how much I ask for support and how much I get. 100%. There is undisputed evidence that if I ask for support, I will get more, and if I don't ask for support, I will get less. All right. So then, why didn't I ask for support yesterday? Didn't I want?
Try J. The memberships no longer grant you access to the Discord. Discord has shit the bed, and before too long, I'm honestly probably like on my way out as far as Discord goes. So I big ups to everybody who did get the memberships. When I put out the members only videos, you now get the members only videos as opposed to access to the Discord, because before too long here, I am choosing to not be part of Discord because I don't believe in what's happening.
More? Yes, I did.
No, you didn't do anything wrong, honey. I just want you to know.
Of course I did. Of course I did. Come on. Let's be honest here. We all want more support. We all could use more support, right? So why didn't I ask for it? Well, there's two reasons, okay? One reason is because if I was going to play Crizzle and I was actually going to try to gauge audience interest in the game fairly, all right? The very first stream is the stream where you need to see if people are liking what they're seeing. And if you're saying, hey, support the stream, and people shower you with support.
No, I haven't really said anything about it, TryJ, yet, in all fairness. I still want people who are in the Discord currently to be able to use it and enjoy it. I don't think anybody should have to do what they're going to be asking us to do. I don't think it's right. I don't believe in it. And so before too long, I'm going to head out.
That could artificially inflate the level of positivity that the game actually deserves. Do you see?
I don't think that's right for people. I don't think that's fair for people. And I'm not doing it like, the server isn't like going away today or anything like that. And to the folks who are in the server, it won't just all of a sudden be gone. But yeah, before too long here, I am going to choose to no longer participate.
What I'm saying? Like, let's say I was halfway.
If Discord is going to require ID scans, yeah, let it go. No, I agree. Here's the thing. I will still be streaming on here. Obviously, I'm not going to quit streaming. And you know what? We can find somewhere else to go and hang out.
Through the stream, and I was like, oh, guys.
So like I say, to the folks that are in the Discord, I'm glad you're there and have fun and chat and everything. But I would give a heads up before I did anything, like got rid of it, because that's really fucked up.
Come on, we're only at like $60 to support. Let's go. Let's get some subs. And then someone feeling, I'll help Phil. They drop 10 subs, right? And so I'll help Phil, and I drop a $50 tip. Now all of a sudden, I got like $200, right?
But why does everyone have to help you? You're a grown-ass man. Go out and earn your fucking money. Why does somebody have to help you? So what you're insinuating right now is that you are helpless. You're helpless and people have to pay for you. That's really gross. You're a 43-year-old, somewhat able-bodied, grown-ass man. So you're saying you need help. You need people to help you. You can't do this by yourself. Like, that's really sad.
It's like, oh, well, you see, Crizzle did well. Well, no, in reality, Crizzle's the same game. It's not that good. It's still boring. But people might have showered me with support because I asked for it. So if you do that, on the first stream of any game, you're basically artificially inflating its popularity. Does that make sense? I think it does. If the premier stream of any game that I play, whether it's an indie game, whether it's a AAA game, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if I had done that yesterday, I wouldn't have been doing the right thing. And therefore, it would have not made sense, because now, let's say the Crizzle stream made $200, right? So now I might be like, oh, I should do it again. But no one likes the game, including me, right? And to be honest, what will end up happening, okay, is very simple.
So the whole point, the very, very long-winded point is what are you saying? You're not going to beg anymore? Because when you beg, you hit the non-goal, and then you keep playing games that no one likes, but it only got money because you begged. Like, where are we going with this?
We're going to end up with another truck sim.
Right, he was so successful, but he needs help. But he literally just said out of his own mouth, well, what if someone comes by and decides to help me out and give a $50 super chat or tip or whatever the fuck he said? So you're admitting that you need help. But you ran a successful business. I don't get notifications or ads that like fucking like McDonald's needs help, or that I love that my fat ass went to McDonald's first. But like, I never hear, oh, please come to such and such. Like, we need help. We need help.
We're going to end up with another situation where people are showering me with support, and we keep playing the game, even though, quite frankly, the game is kind of boring and not that interesting.
Stop saying shower you with support. Like, it's such a teenage girl whore like thing to say. Stop it. No one's showering you with anything, dude. Like, it's gross. Stop it.
Okay, not to say that I didn't like Truck Sim at first, because I did, but after a couple months of Truck Sim, it got played out. But we played it all year because I kept getting showered with support every stream, right? So the truth is, it's hard to judge how to handle this stuff. It really is. Do I ask for support every stream because then I'll do better as a business and, I'll be able to support my family better and improve the setup better and buy more games? Or do whenever I
Oh God, you need to improve the setup again? Didn't you just spend $11 billion on that?
play a game for the very first time, do I actually make this judgment that I should not ask for support? That way, if people do support the game, it's genuine because they like it. Or I just, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't support it because they don't like it and they genuinely don't want it to continue, right? Now, admittedly, this is kind of a double-edged sword for me, because although it'll be better to try more games to find the hidden gems that we're all going to love and will end up being ongoing playthroughs that get lots of support, the more games that I take chances on means another chance that the game is going to suck and now no one will support it. You see what I'm saying? If I play 5 games this week, and out of those, 4 games we know everyone loves and will support, and 1 is a wild card, versus this week I play 10 games, 6 games are wild cards, and all of them suck, that might be 6 dead streams. So you see?
But you have 6 dead streams now anyway. Anybody can go back. You can go on Rawphil's page and then go to his, I forget the name of the page, but it's where he has them all. Is it? It starts with an O and it's escaping me. Anyway, Rawphil has a thing where you can go and he has all the streams saved because he doesn't save them on YouTube. And you can go and look back. His January is pathetic. There are many weeks where 6 streams out of the 10 or 12 that he does didn't hit the goal. So honestly, nothing would be different.
The situation I'm in right now, where there's no real way to determine exactly how to go forward because it's new ground for me, right? I don't know if is it right whenever I play a brand new.
That's why you need to conduct the experiment for more than one day. But you can't help yourself. You need to come out and let everybody know that it's my stream only failed because I didn't beg, which there it is. I did a big ups. Yeah.
Not even mention support and let people genuinely and
I
organically
was going to say Odysseus, and it was all I could think of. And I'm like, that is not correct.
support that stream. I don't know. Right? I'm very curious about what to do about it.
Well, you shouldn't be begging anyway. You're rich and successful, right? I don't know any rich, successful people who beg. So maybe, yeah, stop making yourself look stupid.
This, right? The funny part about yesterday, undoubtedly, is my detractors were fucking losing their shit. They couldn't stand the fact that I hadn't hit the phantom goal that doesn't exist, and I wasn't asking for support. They were tearing at their clothes. There was fucking 10, 20, 30 sock accounts all typing in chat. You're not hitting the goal. Why aren't you asking for support? They couldn't take it. They lost their fucking minds because they're...
Did they? I didn't see any of that. I think they were just trying to goat you into begging. I don't know that detractors are ever truly, like, quote unquote, losing their minds about anything.
little pea walnut-sized fucking brains can't comprehend that I'm smarter than them and that I have the intelligence
Yeah, you sound great.
to try to conduct experiments and do things like this to try to figure out how to handle stuff moving forward. And it's not all about money. It's not, okay? In fact, to be honest, it's better off, way better off, that we figure out the right thing to do.
Well, sir, just so you know, since you're so much smarter than me, your King's tax down there says $19. I've made more than $19. And I'll quit streaming long before you today. And I'll go and fuck off and live my life. And I didn't ask for anything. And I didn't sweat whether or not I should have to ask for anything. But you're smarter than me, right? Just checking.
Then just have me sitting here begging for money every stream, because long-term success is more important than temporary short-term success. Even though I might have a bunch of great streams this week, if I don't know what to do long-term, next week might suck. I might be out of ideas, might be out of games to play. So let's actually work on this together and figure it out, right? So let's do some shout-outs right now, and then let us talk about what we should do moving forward, genuinely. Because this is an...
I thought we were supposed to talk about what we were going to do moving forward. Like, wait, what? What was all this about then?
Oh, by the way, the other thing is what happened last night on the late stream, and we'll talk about that in a second, too. Let's do shout-outs, though, because there's a bunch that came in. We have SimCard EIRE, who did a €1 super chat. Thank you to SimCard for the super chat. I appreciate that. We have 220, who gifted our first sub of the day over on Kick. Thank you to 220 for the gifted sub. We have...
Some of my audience might hate me. That might be debatable.
Clout Siffler, who for 3 months as a member says, can we run a poll to get a yes or no to continue Crizzle? No, I'm not continuing Crizzle. I'm super bored of the game. The audience was super bored.
Right, begging for content ideas. Oh, and if you've had enough, just wait a little bit longer, because later on in this stream, then we have to tell him how to set up his marathon too. So there's that. He needs more help.
The game, right? The support was
Fear not. If you thought he ran out of needing help,
representative of that level of boredom. The videos aren't getting any views on them. I told you, parts 2 and 3 don't even have like 200.
You told people not to watch them. Like, you glorious fucking retard.
200 views. No one cares about this game. It's dead. So no, I'm not playing Crizzle again. That's
Big up, Shia. How you doing?
Actually, why, if you noticed at the end of the stream, what I ended up doing was trying to finish that safe puzzle. Because again, I wanted to have like the final end of my gameplay of it was, hey, let's do this puzzle, let's finish it. I'm not wasting time on a game like that. I'm just not. My time is my most valuable asset. It's not money, it's time. Time is the most valuable thing to me right now. I need to be doing smart and wise things with my time and not wasting it on games that just ain't it. And sorry, Crizzle, it's not it.
Well, neither are you, but fucking here we are.
Okay, there you go. All right, so thanks for supporting for so long, Cloud. I appreciate that. 220 also did a 500 kick and said huge win or huge Phil W.
Oh, are both of the whales are both the whales magically back? Because that was 220. That's Iron Cock. And Daddy Ryan came and dropped his $5 from Princess Luna. Are the whales back? Have the whales returned? Did we get a quiet whale call? Daniel, thank you for the $20 super chat, honey. Holy fuck. Big ups.
The trackers guessing, they don't even realize they're puppets in a grand experiment. They always are. That's what I mean. Like, now at this point, I have been...
It's not an experiment if you do it one time. And again, it wasn't an experiment at all. You're sitting here going, oof, me begging is not looking very good.
in this game for so long, I know exactly how to manipulate these people. And I do it every day. They just don't know it because they're too ignorant.
Okay.
Every single day, they're doing exactly what I expect of them and what I want them to do.
Okay.
So thank you for the super chat. I do think there may be a tip.
I had no idea. I guess I should feel felted.
I'm not sure. Let's see. Someone did a $2 tip and says, the audience...
I guess we're just puppets and we're fucking stupid. And I guess every day we just eat out of the palm of this guy's grimy, grubby little hand.
isn't a fan of being subject to experiments. If you want something, ask for it.
Yeah, he did. Demi Fiend, he did this a year ago. I think it was like February or March. He did this already.
No, that's because you're a troll. I know who you are. I recognize your email address. The trolls don't like being manipulated. They hate it. They were so furious yesterday when I didn't ask for support, and they're outright...
Movie sign, thank you for the 220. The whales are back from their migration. I guess they found a few bucks to lift up off of.
Right now, I need to be doing smart and wise things with my time and not wasting it on games that just ain't it. And sorry, Crizzle, just it's not it.
Casey, thanks for the tenor. I appreciate you. Look at that with the sunglasses, all cool and shit.
Okay? There you go. All right, so thanks for supporting for so long, Clout. I appreciate that.
When do we start seething? Fuck. When do we? Well, because apparently we're felted because we're all stupid, so fuck. We should probably have a meeting and get together and talk about when we should start seething. I feel like we should have started already, but he's just too quick. You know, I can't live at this man's speed.
20 also did a 500 kick and said, huge win, or huge Phil W. Keep those detractors guessing. They don't even realize they're puppets in a grand experiment. They always are. That's what I mean. Like, now at this point, I have been in this game for so long, I know exactly how to manipulate these people. And I do it every day. They just don't know it because they're too ignorant. Every single day, they're doing exactly what I expect of them and what I want them to do. So thank you for the super chat.
But tell me again about how you're going to sue all of us because we're just ruining you. But wait, you're manipulating us. You're manipulating us and we do everything that you tell us to do. Subliminally? Like, what? Okay, man. Like, weird flex. I can manipulate these people to do whatever I want. Except to stop restreaming me.
Do you think there may be a tip? I'm not sure. Let's see. Someone did a $2 tip and says, the audience isn't a fan of being subject to experiments. If you want something, ask for it. No, that's because you're a troll. I know who you are. I recognize your email address. The trolls don't like being manipulated. They hate it. They were so furious yesterday when I didn't ask for support, and they're outright expecting it. They're like, wait, where's the clip farm? Why is there no clip farm? So instead of there being a clip farm, they had to title their videos, his utter failure Crizzle stream crashes when Phil only makes $80, instead of saying Phil crashed out asking for money. They couldn't do that video anymore because it didn't happen.
Oh, and there it is. And there it is. And there it
Single day, they're doing exactly what I expect of them and what I want them to do. So thank you for the super chat.
They didn't get to clip their videos of me crashing out asking for money. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen of the detractor community.
I do think there may be a tip. I'm not sure. Let's see. Someone did a $2 tip and says, the audience isn't a fan of being subject to experiments. If you want something, ask for it. No, that's because you're a troll. I know who you are. I recognize your email address. The trolls don't like being manipulated. They hate it. They were so furious yesterday when I didn't ask for support, and they're outright expecting it. They're like, wait, where's the clip farm? Why is there no clip farm? So instead of there being a clip farm, they had to title their videos, his utter failure Crizzle stream crashes when Phil only makes $80, instead of saying Phil crashed out asking for money. They couldn't do that video anymore because it didn't happen. You see? Thanks for the $2, but I know who you are. I'm not stupid. Okay.
Oh, so you did it so that you wouldn't get clipped, that you were crashing out and begging for money. Good call, Ivy. Good call. Remember that this doesn't affect him.
And there you go, our Jim Char.
No, I didn't feel furious either. I guess I didn't realize I was supposed to be felted and just like foaming at the mouth and, so upset that he, was doing whatever the fuck he was doing.
Also throwing me money for a comment that I'm never going to read. Thanks, Jim Char, for $2.
Does he not realize that this right now is the crash out? Oh, he thinks no. He's quite full of himself right now. He has huffed a huge room full of his own farts. Like, no, he got one over on everybody. Can't you see? Can't you see how great he is now?
Okay. So.
Also a good point, Virgil. Yeah, don't forget, he doesn't see any of your information, but knows what your email is.
Here's the other half of the equation of this experiment that I did yesterday.
I'm dying for this. Honey, you should have stopped talking 10 minutes ago, but please keep going.
Well knew that
I am loving this. We're all loving this. Please keep going. Do you need a shovel or do you just want to keep digging the hole with your bare hands?
Doing Crizzle as the first stream and that it may not work, all right? I knew that if I paired it with something that was a fan favorite and a troll favorite, that likely the late stream would be a hit. And that's exactly what I did. I played Street Fighter 6 with Dalzim last night, and we had high attendance, high engagement, and really good support. In fact, the stream did so well, it made up for the fact that the Crizzle stream hadn't done that well, and I hadn't asked for support during it. So you see, this is very similar to what I was saying about Dragon Quest the other day.
But you begged on the stream, though. You begged on the stream, though, because I saw the clip. We watched the clip from Snortburn Ellington. We saw the clip that says, support's been great so far. Come on, let's keep it going, which is a beg for more money when you were already doing so great. So
Dragon Quest just doesn't do that well when it comes to support. Even though I think it's an outstanding game, it's hard for me to find a large audience that agrees. There is a small audience that agrees, but it's not huge, right? If I can play Dragon Quest, but pair it with other streams that do well, like RimWorld, for example, then it doesn't matter that Dragon Quest doesn't do well. You see, because the RimWorld stream overperforms, so it makes it so that the slower supported Dragon
and why'd you crash out so hard when you were playing Dragon Quest? Why'd you crash out about there not being any money? Why'd you get so shitty with people?
Quest stream can continue. And I even explained earlier this week, if we can have staple streams that are doing well all the time, then I can choose to maybe have a game like Dragon
Dist, are you for real right now? No fucking way. I appreciate the 2, honey. Give me 1 second.
Quest be in the rotation, not perform well, but still continue. The key here is I can't do it.
Oh my gosh. Dist, I appreciate the 2. Rip James Vanderbeek. Cancer sucks. Yeah, he did pass away. Ooh. Yep. We don't have Dawson anymore.
With a million games. It can't be, for example, I'm playing Dragon Quest and then Crizzle and then another indie game and then another indie game and all of them are horrible streams. I can't just keep having 4 or 5 streams a week that don't do well, right? I can do maybe 1 game like that, as long as everything else is going well. You gotta balance it, right? That's the tightrope I'm kind of walking right now, and I'm trying to figure out. This year, man, has this year been different.
Yeah, it says here that Dis had cancer. I'm not saying that you're a liar, but yeah, James Vanderbeek dead at 48.
Than previous years, where I'm really experimenting and trying things, and I'm trying to be transparent with you about it.
Oh, here, I'm sorry. The actor was diagnosed with
Do you understand where I am, where I'm coming from? I'm trying to do what's best for everyone. I want variety. I want us to find the hidden gems that we don't usually play. But
oh, it took me off on a different tangent.
at the same time, I want the business to still be doing it.
It was some kind of cancer, but I couldn't click on it.
I can't just sacrifice everything to try to find a few indie games, you see? So, let's see how it goes. But here's the thing. Last night, abso-freaking-lutely on that Street Fighter stream, I hammed it up. I was asking and asking and asking some more, and then when I was done asking, I asked again. And I made over $200 on the Street Fighter stream last night, which then adjusted and made up for the fact that the Crizzle stream didn't do good. And we were fine. And today, I slept easy. I woke up today refreshed saying the experiment actually worked. Now we know Crizzle just didn't work as a playthrough. People aren't going to like it. And Street Fighter is still working well. We'll keep going with that, you know? But here's the question, quite frankly, right? Do we do this every single time now when I play a new game? Do we actually let the game speak for itself, let people support if they like that game and the gameplay and playthrough I'm creating of it, and if it ends up being a game...
But what does that have to do with the game? If you stop begging, then you are correcting your behavior. The game is still the game. The game will still be the game. Hollow Knight will still be Hollow Knight. Street Fighter will still be Street Fighter. It will be you curbing and correcting your behavior. So the real change here would be you.
Where I play it and it doesn't do well, that's basically speaking volumes that people don't like the game. Is that what we should do? Because is it fair, for example, again, with Crizzle, what if I had asked for support and made $200? Do I play it again? Because the game is still boring. The game didn't get any better because it was supported. The game was still boring, right? Like, take a look at a game like Quarantine Zone. The first stream was actually really good. The second stream was decent, and the third stream was boring as hell. Some games are going to be like that. So you naturally figure that out over time, right? Not every game is going to be a giant playthrough that's going to succeed. That's okay. Maybe it's just good for a few hours, and that's another thing that we need to understand and explore this coming year. So how do you judge it? Davian says it's tough because with Dragon Quest 7, it just doesn't get great support on the first part, even asking for it. Half of it is just from one person. Then do we drop it? I don't want to drop a great game so easily.
Is he talking to hear himself talk? Maybe part of the business model is that he's ignoring his fans and his chat talking to him.
Right. And in the case of Dragon Quest 7, that one is one of my
I'm still in the camp that wants the scroll banner removed. It's distracting.
favorite genres of games, okay? Some genres I'm going to want to try to bite the bullet and play anyway, just because they mean a lot to me, even if they're not going to get giant support. Nothing here just said, my humble opinion as a fan, the slight increase in support when you ask for it versus the slight decrease in support when you don't ask, but then people can't clip you asking for money is worth taking that hit. Now, here's the thing, though, nothing here. Last night when I played Street Fighter, I hammed it up. I made a ton of money. So that made up for the Crizzle stream, but then guess who clip farmed? Oh, Phil went extra hard on the Street Fighter stream because his Crizzle stream failed, and so look, he's really asking, he's going crazy, he's out of control.
Well, but you're smarter than us, so you should have known better than to do that. Right? And Jerry, thanks for the 220. I appreciate you. I'm fucking felted mastermind. Burnell got me again. So you said you hammed it up for the Street Fighter stream, and then look, everybody clipped you. But you said you didn't want everyone to clip you. So I'm very confused. I'm still just very confused here.
Oh, right?
Yeah, man.
So I
whatever
don't know.
you
I
say.
honestly don't know what to do. It's tough, right? This is new ground. Like,
I honestly don't know what to do. Should I keep begging and making an ass out of myself, or should I not beg?
for example, all right? Right now, I don't know what I'm going to play on Friday at all, because it was going to be Crizzle. I'll tell you right now, I'm not playing Crizzle again on Fridays. It's boring, okay? If the marathon demo releases after...
Demi, maybe that's it. We're too stupid. We can't possibly grasp this like genius concept because we're just too dumb.
the state of play on Thursday, then I'll probably try the marathon demo. But if the marathon demo doesn't drop as rumored, then we have an open spot. Let's say I decide to try a couple indie games, right? Now, do I say, hey, support indies? Or do I just let them ride and see what happens? What if both games suck? Now I have
You're not special, Toxie. We're all confused. I don't think we're the confused ones here. I think he is. I'm not sure that he knows that.
a dead stream. It's not my fault. I tried something new, right? You know? I don't know. What do you do? Now, Friday night, we're doing Street Fighter 6 Friday Night Fights, and Street Fighter 6 usually does well, so do I ham it up on Friday night to make up? Do you see? Yeah, I don't know. Deadlock? Deadlock's a possibility of a game that I could try again. I liked Deadlock during the marathon, and I do want to try it again eventually. The thing is, Deadlock also isn't going anywhere. It's a game in development, and it's not going to be out anytime soon, so maybe we take our time with that. We fill it into the schedule when there's holes to fill.
Truly difficult decision you're facing here. Quite the dilemma.
There you go. Well, Broden is saying, many people are saying, get rid of the scrolling banner. Many people donate because they won't be blasted. Many people donate because they won't be blasted all over the stream and video and VODs. No, the truth is, this is not the problem. The problem is the stalking detractors. Because when you donate, let's say you do...
But we can see how much money you make. If you take that away, then nobody knows. Fatal, thank you for the 3. I appreciate you. Someone give him a cookie so he'll shut the fuck up. No, someone give him $5 so he'll shut the fuck up. Casey, thanks for the 10. I bet he won't change at all. Again, maybe temporarily, but he can't help himself. When he's playing a stream and he's sitting at like $45 and his like knee is shaking and that chair is wobbling, he's not going to be able to help himself. He's been doing this for too long.
Super chat. That's going to be in the chat. They're going to see it. This isn't the problem, right? When you tip, you can literally make
Yeah, I agree. Get rid of that stupid fucking banner.
name anything. You can
At least if you're gonna, like, if you have to have something, could it just be like it used to be, where the whole thing was just static across the screen the whole time? So I didn't have to wait like 3.5 fucking minutes to get to the King's Tax so that I can know whether or not he hit the non-goal. Could we at least do that?
tip right now and say, Pee Wee Herman has tipped me $5, right? That protects your identity. So that's not a problem. I'm telling you, this is not a problem at all. And if anything, a lot of people do like the fact that they get the credibility that they do by
Weird reference to another dude who got pop jerking off randomly. Okay, that's weird.
contributing and being on that thing. That's why it's always worked. That's why so many people use that, all right? The problem is the harassing, doxing, crazy, maniacal idiots on the internet who actually try to hurt people who donate to a streamer because they're mentally challenged. You know, they're sociopathic losers.
Says the narcissist.
Nothing here said. There's pros and cons to asking, and at the end of the day, it's just going to be your call. It's your channel, and there's really no right or wrong answer. You're right.
That is, in all fairness, that is true. There is no right or wrong answer here. Do you want to keep crashing out over not getting support and begging and moaning and bitching and getting clipped and clowned on? Because that's never going away. Or do you want to stop doing that and get clipped and clowned on for something else?
There's no right or wrong answer because no matter what I do, my detractors say I did the wrong thing, so I don't care what they say. What I care about is those of you who actually do care about me and my content. Those of you who enjoy the stuff, who want me to find the better
Then maybe listen to everybody who says the banner should go away.
games this year, right? You want
Those sound like legitimate people trying to give you, like, I don't hate you, I don't love you, I don't anything you. Dude, that shit is lame. Like that shit at the bottom of the screen, lame as. Get rid of that shit.
this is a cool year where we're going to be trying a ton of stuff, right? We are. I want to find the good stuff, and I want to know if it's genuinely good, or if you're just kind of being nice to me because you support me, and then I don't want to play that game again anyway, right? It's a tough one. It's a tough one, honestly. We'll have to try to figure this out together. But I, personally, if you were to ask me how did yesterday go, I think it went as well as it possibly could have been. Because if I had asked for support during Crizzle and got a ton, now I have a skewed perspective of how good the game is. Did people support because they like the game, or did people support because they just like me and they want me to succeed, right? Maybe if more people would have supported and said, I don't like the game, but I want you to succeed, count this toward you and not the game, then I would have understood that, right? But most people would never do that. They'll support a game they like, and they'll stay away from a game they don't. And that's actually what happened, is a lot of people tuned in early for Crizzle, watched the first couple hours, were like, oh, this ain't it, it's boring, and then they just left. They didn't support, they just, I'm out of here, I'll come back later for Street Fighter. You see? Let's see.
Indeed. Let's see.
Oh, hold on. There were more. I wasn't checking. We have more support over here.
Ooh, more support. Okay.
So I got a $2 tip. This person says, I think the evidence shows the contrary when it comes to asking for support, giving you more money. Dragon Quest, Turbianter, I didn't even meant to say Terminator, Sharks and Minnows, Dredge, Hellmark debut stream, even Quarantine debut stream, all games where you asked for support got less than Crizzle. But you're right, but I would like you to take a look at all the games you just mentioned. Every single one of those games you just mentioned, except one, is an indie game. Dragon Quest is not an indie game, and it's an RPG. It stands alone because I just can't get a lot of attention and support for RPGs. That's a staple around here, right? That's a thing you expect. Every other game you just mentioned is an indie game. Every one, right? And this is new content for me. This is not the kind... Literally, old Phil never would have played Quarantine, Hellmark, Dredge, Sharks and Minnows, or Terminator 2D. And those are all 5 freaking games I've already played in 2026 that I never would have played in the past. This is going to be a situation where we need to build an audience for indies. We need to get people now in the mindset that Phil plays indies, and he's going to check these out for the recommendations of his audience. We need people to know this now, right? But I don't think what you're saying is necessarily representative of the overall truth, because the streams that do well when I ask for support are RimWorld, Street Fighter 6, Hollow Knight, and more. It's not really the game. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, those are all indies, and therefore the indies, it's going to be harder regardless because people aren't used to me playing indies. A lot of people still have this weird negative association with indies, feeling like they're not worth anyone's time. They're just rinky-dink small games. I'll come back when Phil plays Resident Evil 9 this month. That's what some people are legit saying right now. Phil's just doing all indie shit right now. There's nothing going on in games. I'll be back for Resident Evil Requiem because that's a staple that Phil always plays Resident Evil, and his playthroughs are always great, and I'll be back for that. You see?
I'm positive your playthroughs are not always great.
So no, I don't believe that
I can't with this man today. Digital Melon and you
every
and me
time
both,
that I
honey.
ask for support, it doesn't work. That's just not the case. But there are situations where there's going to be a pattern, and it just really won't have much of an impact. And it seems like indie games, in some cases, that's been the case. Like, people just aren't going to support the indie game because they don't feel like it's big enough or in a big enough of an event or whatever, right?
Phil, you seem to be getting support just fine right now, and you haven't been asking. Oh my God, I just said that. It's not the game. It's about you, man. People love Phil. We don't care about the games.
Right? Someone tipped another $2.50, says, I think Street Fighter is always going to do well as a stream.
How much money to hear you oink? It's pretty funny.
It's not a good testing ground. Completely false. That's absolutely false. Street Fighter 6 was doing terribly at one point, and I kept playing it because I wanted to have a fighting game in the rotation. And that's one of the other reasons why I dropped it last year. Not only that I was completely burned out on the game and not enjoying it, but the support was gone. Like, people were just not
Yeah, Jax Raxer left. It's the only reason you still play Street Fighter.
caring about that game anymore. Right now, Street Fighter has been a staple win over the last month. That doesn't mean that it's going to continue forever. You know, right now, I'm just playing through all of my characters. You know, Friday I'll probably use Blanca, and then after that, maybe I'll go back with another rotation through. Eventually, I'll probably go back to Sagat, try to get in the Master. But after that, it's going to start to get more stale, and then we're going to be back to square one. So it's not always Street Fighter. You have to understand that. I think you need to do multiple streams of not asking, then compare with multiple streams of the same where you ask. In the end, I think it's all confirmation bias in the end. It is, and the truth is, the other thing I got to be careful of is doing too many experiments because I still need to have a successful business. You understand that, right? Like, I can't say, oh, I'm just going to half the streams this week, I'm going to do experiments, and they all fail. Well, then I've just shot myself in the foot. I know the formula that works, because I've used it.
Clearly you don't. If you're running experiments, you're saying you know what works, then what are you running experiments for? No one today is going to run an experiment for how to get electricity. We already know how to do that. So we're not going to do it again. No one's going to run an experiment today for some kind of car. We've already got the car. We're good. No one's going to try to discover the internet. We've already got it. We're good. So you know what works, but you have to experiment. But then you can't experiment too much or you go bankrupt, but you shouldn't go bankrupt because you're successful. But wait. Oh my God. Like, I'm no yoga instructor, but like, come on, dude. Like, you're really reaching right now.
Stick with what's working while also trying to balance it with things that may not work. Does that make sense? Like, I need to do a proper balance. So it's a tough situation I'm in right now because this is all new ground for me. A 17-year creator facing new ground.
A 17-year creator who goes, maybe begging for money isn't good.
Because things are so different. But the thing is, this is all a positive.
He's struggling to admit the whales control what he plays. He's learning. It's getting there.
I want everyone to understand this. as strong as I can make it a point. This is all a positive change. This is stuff improving. This is not stagnation. This is not boredom. This is us trying new stuff because things have been going so well. And I'm grateful for that because I'd much rather be in a situation where we're excited for the future. We're trying new games. We're trying new methods when we play the new games to see what works and what doesn't, as opposed to us saying, well, we're just stuck in a rut and we got to do the same thing every day because it's the only thing that would possibly ever work, even though it doesn't always work and I'm miserable. It's the opposite. I'm actually excited and invigorated to come to stream every day and hang out with you guys and have a good time. It's a great feeling that we're doing all this new stuff together. We're breaking new ground, as they say, right? Okay.
Right. Whatever you say.
Here we go.
man.
I just received an $8 anonymous tip. Let me play an animation for that, and then I'll tell you what they said. This is interesting, actually. This is $8 anonymous tip, and they said,
work on them animations since you like pimp these animations so hard. Like, get some good shit, man. Your shit's lame ass.
yes, I would love to support you publicly, but yeah, it's just too hostile. Thank you for having an anonymous way to tip you and support. Exactly. If ever any of you, all right, like the content, and you want to support it, and you want no chance of basically being attacked by people on the internet, tipping is absolutely the way to go. When you tip me, the only thing I will ever see is your email address. That's it. I don't know your name. I don't know any information about where you're even watching me. You could be on Kick. You could be on YouTube.
Iron Cuck told him he can't bankroll him anymore. Do you think he's close like that, though? Morel, do you think he's close like that with Iron Cuck?
I don't know where you're even watching from. And when you tip me, all you got to do is say the name you want to be referenced by, or you can say, just leave me anonymous, and put the message in the body of the tip. That's it. You're protected. Now, this is exactly why the trolls hate this, and that's why they constantly lie about PayPal and say shit like, oh, when you tip Phil, you dox yourself. No, you don't. But they want you to think that so you won't tip that way, and you'll try to support another way so they can get your information. That's literally why they lie about it all the fucking time. They're upset that people can actually support. This is also why they claim every tip I receive is fake. Every single tip Phil's ever gotten was a fake. He doesn't make that money. He's a liar. He's a poor. He's broke. No, the tips have legit always been real, and they can't handle that fact. They're upset that people like the content, support it.
Oh, honey, you're just spiraling now. Now we're into, I don't fake my tips. You fake your tips. Fuck you.
Positively and can't be attacked for it if they tip. So then they lie about it and they try to cope. So there you go.
I don't have to cope about it. Somebody could give you $1,000 right now, dude. I don't really give a fuck. I don't care. I don't really, like, you're really all jazzed up about, like, everybody gives a fuck about, like, what you do and what you get and what you don't have. Like, I just don't understand. I don't give a fuck. Somebody could give you $5 today. Someone could give you $500 today. Like, it's not my wallet. It's not my purse. It's not my bank account that's, you know, either losing the money or getting the money. So I'm not really inclined to care if my bank account still reflects the same fucking numbers, man.
Robert did a $2 super chat asking, will I play the new Yakuza? There is no new Yakuza. There is no new Yakuza. What you're referencing is Yakuza Kiwami 3. It's a remake of Yakuza 3. Now, to be fair, I've never played Yakuza 3. But at the same time, right now, I'm already in the midst of a Dragon Quest 7 playthrough that is struggling to get attention and support. I can't do another game like that. That's going to be insanely lengthy, drawn out, Japanese-style culture central. We've done Yakuza games before. I like them. In fact, I love them. I think that they're some of the staple best games out there. They always have tons of content, usually a good gameplay loop that's addictive and fun.
Isn't that where he ended up doxing Ryan, by the way? Wasn't he reading something on PayPal?
But sadly, over the years, the audience that I have for Yakuza has dwindled dramatically. I used to get a lot of people who liked Yakuza. But here's what happened. It went mainstream, right? When I was playing Yakuza back in the day, Yakuza 4, 5, 6, the games were much smaller scale. Not many people knew about the franchise in Western-speaking, English-speaking audiences.
Panko, good to see you, honey.
I was actually one of the few people on YouTube covering Yakuza, and I was doing it in English. Most people playing Yakuza were doing it in Japanese. So people used to come and watch my playthroughs in droves on the back end. I used to get tens of thousands of views on my parts of Yakuza. Seriously. Now, no one watches my Yakuza. Everyone else already played it. Everyone else does better than you, Phil. So the audience kind of went elsewhere, and there's not much I can really do about that. Again, Yakuza is kind of like a guilty pleasure that I have, kind of like Dragon Quest, where I know I like it, I would like to play it, but I know that I can't do it if I have other things going on that are going to underperform, and I already know for a fact that Dragon Quest 7 is going to underperform, so I can't play Yakuza right now. There's just no way I could do two at once. You see? Okay. All right. I think we got through all shout-outs now. So, moving forward, right? The question is very simple. Do I continue to conduct streams that are first look style streams the way that I did the Crystal stream? Whoops, the way I did the Crystal stream yesterday. Do I not ask for support so that we can let the game speak for itself? We don't get a skewed perspective of what that game is if someone comes in and supports because I asked for it rather than because they were enjoying the stream. Do you see what I'm saying? How do I handle it? Because the thing is, it is a challenge. What if in 1 week I end up trying 3 or 4 new games and all of them fail because they're not very good, and now I have 4 dead streams? You know, if I can balance those streams with tried and true guaranteed winners like Street Fighter, Hollow Knight.
But again, we're back to, what is a dead stream? You don't have goals. What's a dead stream?
RimWorld coming up big.
You need something to base that on. Because some people would think $300 is a dead stream. Some people would think $15 is a dead stream. that really all comes down to what you interpret a dead stream to be.
AAA releases like Resident Evil Requiem that likely will do really well, then I could probably do that. But I don't know if I can. And on the same time, which is what Klaus Siffler just says, if it means that you got to ask for more contributions on the other stream that day, then don't do it because that becomes too exhausting. So, you know, I don't know. Tavian says, I don't think it matters. You pulled the curtain back and everyone knows the rules of the game now. Oh, there you go. I should do the opposite. I should just ask for way more on these streams. There we go. So this Friday, whatever I'm going to be playing,
I mean, if you're going to do it, like, you might as well. Like, go big or go home, man.
I'm not even going to start the game until I receive a $20 contribution. I won't even boot it. It's $20 to boot. All right? And then, you want me to press start? That's got to be another $5, man. There you go. Look, now we're talking. Now, we're really cooking with gas, right? We're figuring this stuff out, right? Buckwell says, what about asking for support once at the start and once at the end of the stream and not 37 times between? To be honest, Buckwell, here's the truth. If I get
Hey, Cuckwell.
great amounts of support before we even start with the game, I don't ask for support during the game.
Yes, he does. He did it last night.
Have you noticed that? Maybe not, but for example, that whole month after the Asmongold interview, I wasn't asking for support. Very rarely. Maybe once a stream, I would mention how you could support, and I would just be shouting out the support. I wouldn't even mention it, because I didn't have to. I keep explaining this to people as matter-of-factly as I can, and I swear people just want to believe the toxic shit on the internet rather than using their brains. I don't want to ask for support. Ever.
You've already said that there is something in your brain that compels you to ask for more. You've already said this. We've clipped it. Hell, even I've got it. We have the clip of you saying that there is something in your brain that compels you to continue to beg and to continue to ask for money.
Ever. I don't even want to think about it. I just want to sit here and hang out with you.
Yeah, you want to sit here and just get $1,000 every day. Yeah, you just want it thrown at you. We know.
You guys and enjoy games and have fun on streams, period. That's all I ever want to do. But as I've just explained, when I ask for support, I get more. When I don't ask for support, I get less. It's a tried and true fact of my streams. Maybe that's not the case for others, because others are very different from me, but I am...
No one is different from you. If I sat here and said, you know, everyone give me $5 right now. Yeah, some people would. Sure. That maybe wouldn't have before. Totally. And anybody could do that, for sure. So you're not any different than anybody else. Yeah, when you have a call for that, or you ask, or you whatever, yes, you are typically more inclined to get more.
Darkside Phil. I am Phil Burnell. I am a one only entity on this planet. There is no one else out there that is like me. My situation is...
Except you're a fucking dime a dozen streamer, dude. So, you know, again, I could say, you know, hey guys, you know, $5 sure would be nice. I can say that if I want to, and so can anybody else who's streaming. You're not any different than anybody else, man. And if I asked for money all the live long day, sure, I would get more every day too.
Completely unique. And from my perspective and my experience, when I ask, I get. When I don't ask, I don't. I don't care when people...
But you made $85 not asking. So we're right back to Jesus Christ. How much do you need? For fuck's sake. You made $100 and then came back again and made 200. For fuck's sake, man.
Criticize me for it, because what matters is that this is successful, so
I'd do the opposite. I'd steal $5 from your wallet. You little
I
scamp.
can keep doing what I love, I can support my family, and I can put out meaningful and positive content.
But it's not their responsibility to support you. You're not supporting your family by that. If we're going along these lines, then you're not supporting your family. They are. These random people.
For my viewers. That's what matters, not public opinion saying, Robble, he asks for money too much. I don't give two fucks about what those people say, because they're dollarless loot.
Clearly you do. That's what this whole thing is about. Yes, clearly you do. Because you said, well, now you don't have all your clips with me asking for money. That's exactly what you did this for. And you can't help yourself. You talked and talked and talked until it all came spilling out of that stupid hole in your retarded fucking face. Digital Melanin, thanks for the 5. This sorry sack of shit just spent the whole hour justifying why he has to e-beg. How this man can get away with it while others can't is beyond me. Because he's got a crew, man. He's got a crew of very, very dented, sick, sad individuals.
Who sit on the internet criticizing others.
Yeah, now we're into crash out territory, JD, for sure.
When they should be doing for themselves. Do you see it?
Then go do for yourself. You're sitting here with your hand held out. What are you talking about?
Who gives a fuck about them? I want my streams to be successful. I want to be able to do...
I want your money. I want your money. Yeah, we hear it.
What I love for the longest time I can. All right? So I got to find that balance. Now, if I'm getting tons of support, I never have to ask for it. And that's what was happening. Then it dwindled. So guess what? I had to ask for support again.
No, you don't. No, you don't have to. No one has to do anything. We have this freedom of choice where you don't have to do anything. You don't. You really don't. Panko, thanks for the $5 to force you to do more work on your taxes. Sub for Toxie.
Right? Now, I've tried to limit it, I tried to balance it, and I tried to find things going on that will work and won't work. I don't want to annoy the audience. And you're right. If I'm asking for support, 37
So you're aware that you're annoying everybody. Pyro Frost, thank you for the 10. Sub for taxes.
times a stream, that's
I'm a terrible PPP.
going to piss people off. At the same time, if I don't ask for support, I get none or little, and then everyone doesn't matter anyway because they still talk shit about me. So it's about finding the happy medium, which you're suggesting, do it at the beginning, do it at the end. Maybe that could work. Maybe not. Not everyone is there at the very
He already didn't like that. Did you hear it in his voice? Say it once at the beginning and then once at the end. You could hear him cringe and go, well, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't.
very beginning or very end of the stream. Right now, I have 262 viewers on my stream. I only had less than 100 when I started the podcast. More than half my viewers weren't here to hear me do the call to action at the
Yeah, you're crashing out right now. That's why everybody's here, dude. Like, you're crashing out.
beginning of the stream, which, by the way, I didn't. I didn't do a call to action at the beginning of the stream. I haven't even called to action once the stream yet, and I've been broadcasting for 1 hour and 29 minutes. So, yeah, maybe there is a way to conduct it. I don't know what. I don't want to sit here with a clock timing the stream and be like, oh, let me hit the clock on certain times when I have to do my call to action today. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to figure this out. We are. Together, we will figure it out, and things are going to be great
Also, you're like, ooh, I have 260. I have 230.
this year. They are already. They're just going to get better. It's just a matter of finding the right way to do all of this stuff so that it's not too much of a heavy ask, but it's not asking.
Be entertaining, but clearly that's too much of a heavy ask. So here we are. Movie sign, thanks for the 5. Too late, Dave. I'm already annoyed just by looking at
that
you.
also will shoot me in the foot. Like, what is the balance? And we will find it. Okay?
Okay, man.
Yes, because it's your stream. It's my stream, but it's our time. Did I not explain earlier on this very show?
Oh man, he's not having a good time. He's not having a good time today. JD, thanks for the 220. Great, beautiful number, isn't it? Gotta love the 220. Thanks for suffering with us, Toxie. I like being here. I'm not suffering. If this guy really, he's awful, but like in a way that's funny to me. So I personally don't mind being here. If I minded, I wouldn't be here. I do have a job. I do other things. So, holy fuck. Virgil with the 20 gifted subs. Holy shit. Big ups, Virgil. Did we hit the goal? I'll invent one. I'll invent one and say we did. Big ups. Thank you for your generosity, Virgil. Thank you very much.
To anyone on planet Earth is time. It's not money, it's time. Time is what you have the most limited of right now. Even if you
Is he going through like a crisis about time? Is he dying?
self-aware or not, time is your most valuable asset that you can ever have in your existence on this planet. So the time is valuable. I want to make sure that I'm using your time wisely when you're on my streams. It's not me, it's us. Or else I'm talking to myself.
You are talking to yourself,
I
retard.
like to think that I'm not just talking to myself. So here we go. I just received a $3 tip, and here's what someone just said. Sometimes I'm enjoying a stream, and you'll mention support, and then it actually reminds me to send some. I think little reminders are good.
No, that's never, no, stop. Sometimes you say something about support, and that reminds me to send some. No, you made this up. You made this up. This never happened. This is not a thing. I have never been watching somebody and waited until I heard them say, here's what you can do, and go, oh shit. YouTube has been around for 20 years. We all know how to do it. Like boomers fucking know how to like send super chats and shit.
Don't say if you like the game support, but say if you were here and chilling, feel free to support, if that makes sense. Sometimes we hate the game, but we actually like you. Okay?
Said nobody ever. Can your mommy drink a glass of water while you say that?
That's maybe a different way to phrase it, a different mentality. So say, hey, if you like the stream, if you like me and my content, support, not if you like this game, support it. All right. All right, someone just tipped another $2 and says, I like to support you because I feel like you deserve it. When you do a gameplay stream and start complaining about parts about support, it can get annoying to the viewers. I hope that these tips are helping you. Good luck. You'll find that right balance. Thank you. It is helping me. Absolutely, it's helping. Thank you.
You already know the shit is annoying. You don't care. You don't like flat. You just don't fucking care, dude. Like you don't. There's nothing else I can say. You know that it's annoying. You've said this many times. Well, I know it's annoying, but you know that at some point you'll get it And then and everyone knows you're the kid in the grocery store that's just like whining and bellowing, face red, snot coming out of your nose, fucking screaming, crying. And someone fucking walks by and jams a fucking lollipop in your mouth and goes, here, you fat fucking bastard. Now shut up. And then you're happy and you're quiet. So everybody else is happy. You're the 5-year-old in Target having a fucking meltdown. That's who you are. Try Jay, thanks for the tenor. Queen's tax goal hit. I don't have a tax goal. Don't tell people I have a tax goal. There's no goal.
Someone tipped the buck. Now this, again, I cannot confirm nor deny what they're saying. I'm literally reading word for word what they sent in a dollar tip. They say, LolCow Live asks for money way more than you do on a typical show. They repeatedly scam their audience. The truth is you're not a bad guy. You're not doing anything wrong by asking for contributions. There you go.
You're not doing anything wrong by asking for contributions. You can ask for contributions all you want. You're not doing really anything wrong necessarily when you're crashing out and bitching and moaning and complaining. You're also not doing anything wrong. The internet police are not going to arrest you for begging for money or for acting like a dickhead, but it's your reputation that is suffering, sir. And once your reputation is tarnished, it's very hard to get it back to what it was. So I don't know what else to say. Daniel, thanks for the 10, honey. I appreciate you. Freakzoid is a video game streamer, never asked for tips and makes bank. And a lot of them do because they have to be entertaining in some way, shape, or form. It also made me think about Freakazoid the cartoon.
Here's an honest question, okay? Honest question. If I'm such a bad guy because I constantly ask for contributions.
It doesn't make you bad. It just makes you, it's just like, it's douchey. It makes you a loser. No one's going to go to jail for being a loser. You know what I mean? Like the internet police aren't coming to get you because you're a loser. It just, you're a big wonky loser.
Right? But there's people who do it worse than me, more than me. Why am I the one that's always in everyone's mouth? Why am I the one that...
Because no one else crashes out like you, dude. No one else acts like a baby. Casey, thank you for the 5. Look at that cute little puppy. Puppy? Fox? Fuppy? No, don't say that. No. Well, whatever it is very cute. Batman 69 dude, thank you for the 2. I hope Kat got money in the divorce. And get it, Tyrone.
I end up on the Reddit live stream fails, and I end up getting talked.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. Because this is it. This is the crux of what this is all about right here.
Someone tipped the buck. Now this, again, I cannot confirm nor deny what they're saying. I'm literally reading word for word what they sent in a dollar tip. They say, LolCow Live asks for money way more than you do on a typical show. They repeatedly scam their audience. The truth is you're not a bad guy. You're not doing anything wrong by asking for contributions. There you go.
This is it right here. What it's all about.
Here's an honest question, okay? Honest question. If I'm such a bad guy because I constantly ask for contributions, right? But there's people who do it worse than me, more than me. Why am I the one that's always in everyone's mouth? Why am I the one that I end up on the Reddit live stream fails and I end up getting talked about on...
Why am I the one to end up on Reddit live stream fails? If other people do it worse than me, then why am I the one who ends up on Reddit live stream fails? Ding, ding, ding. We have what this is all about.
Some big streamer stream. Why is it always Dark Side Phil? Why isn't it LolCow Live? Why isn't it another person who does...
How do you know it isn't LolCow Live? How do you know?
Does it more or worse than me, right? It's a good question.
How do you know they don't get shit on? Do you watch LolCow Live? Do you watch any of their, I assume they have people who detract against them or don't like them or whatever?
It's interesting, isn't it? Okay.
And you just said that you don't know that that's true. You just said, I can't verify this, that LolCow Live begs more than I do.
All right. So there's one other thing that I want to do on this podcast today, and that's I want to react.
Gather some of your dignity together.
To the Directive 8020 trailer that actually released yesterday, because this is a more in-depth look at the game that will now be coming out in May 12th. This originally was supposed to come out in October. This is the next game from Supermassive Games, and it got delayed, which sucks because if it came out in October, a horror game in October, I mean, you're going to get...
And I'll tell you why. If you need the answer. I know you don't care about my, answers because I don't even think that you know me, which is more than fine by me. But here's why. Because the name of the fucking show is LolCow Live. What did you think they were going to fucking do? They're going to act like lolcows. Yeah, that's the point. You sit over there on your high horse and refuse to accept the fact that you are just a fucking S-tier lolcow. That's what makes you better than lolcow live. Because you refuse to just accept what it is. So you crash out and act like a spastic fucking retard. But then in the same breath, tell everybody that you're too good and you're too successful. We're absolutely skipping this, Virgil.
An installed base of players and purchasers. Right?
We're absolutely skipping whatever this garbage is. Thought he was going to watch something. Oh, he does. Okay, and then we move on.
Like them. Or we could do a bigger variety of games, which would be kind of neat if we maybe did like a Mario and a Zelda and some, I don't know.
He is now talking about, I believe it's going to be March 6th. It is going to be March 6th? Yes. It's going to be his retro Nintendo marathon lame thing. So that's what he's gotten into now, is now he needs even more help. On top of your money, he needs your ideas. So give him some ideas.
Classic Metroid, do a little of each. Or we could do, I don't know what we would want to do and how we would handle it, But I guess the question is how to do it, because I want to entertain you, but I also want to have fun, and I want people to get hyped. The last marathon, no one got hyped because no one knew what games were being played, right? It was kind of like a last-minute rush job to plan it. This time around, if we can plan ahead of time, there's a much increased chance that we will get more people to come hang out and check out this marathon and, to be honest, enjoy it and support it. I want to entertain the audience. So what do you guys think? What should it be? Should it be Mega Man continuing? Or should we actually do more like classic Nintendo games to do a more bigger variety? Right? I don't know. A couple shout-outs. We have Lance Catamaran, who just gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you to Lance for the gift.
It's the manipulative way he guilts his dents that makes him a scumbag. Correct.
Sub. And then we have Buttfuck McAssface. All right.
I love that name. I'm sorry. I do. Buttfuck McAssface.
Who has just gifted a membership. I probably shouldn't type that on my my stream. There we go. All right. And then I received a $10 super chat from Aaron, who says, this is actually support for Crizzle. Please keep playing it. Aaron, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to. The audience just didn't like it. The audience was very bored. It was Aaron Nero, actually.
That only gets him up to $95 of support for that game. You better cough up another 50.
The audience was very bored, and quite honestly, I was bored. Now, here's what I said. I said, if people who continued to play the game actually told me...
You would think he'd be grateful for making that much money for the marathon, JD, because it is impressive. Not everybody can sit back and honestly say they made $450 in one day, especially for sitting in a room, eating food, and playing video games. You would think that he would be grateful, but nah. I agree, movie sign, then give the shit back then.
That the game gets much better after the fact, that maybe I was right on the cusp of the game getting better with more weapons.
Sorry, my rage affected my grammar. You're good, honey. We're all good.
Enemies and everything picking up. Then maybe I would consider...
Yeah, it looks like Ryan and Iron Cuck are back.
Playing it again. But what I actually heard was that from a couple people who kept playing, no, actually the game is more of the same. The game literally is the same kind of enemy almost the entirety of the game, and it almost never picks up. It's pretty boring throughout. It's that level throughout, in which case I don't think I want to play it again. Okay? Just being honest here. I don't want to...
We know you're not going to play it again. Just move on. You don't have to justify. Just say thank you for the 10. Appreciate you, but I'm not going to play it. Like, you can move on. It's okay.
Okay. High Guard 2. Oh, they're making a sequel. That'd be exciting. All right. Well, we will talk about the marathon again soon. The thing is, we're almost out of time for the show. I don't want to talk about it now. Maybe we'll talk about it a future day. Remember, Friday's Level 1 podcast, because there's no podcast tomorrow. We're just going to have a morning show. Friday's Level 1 podcast.
I saw Cuckwell is back. It's like they're all magically back today. It's like they've been gone for like a week and a half or something.
This will be jam-packed. Why? We're going to be reacting to the state of play and the Silent Hill transmission. So there's probably going to be a ton of videos and things that I'm going to be reacting to. It's going to be a really low...
On Friday, not Thursday, when they're happening. Day late, $1 short.
Show on Friday. I hope you guys will be here for that. Also, remember tonight, we're doing DSP Tries It tonight on my late stream of Hellmart. So Hellmart will end on the earlier side. We'll probably do about an hour and a half of Hellmart gameplay tonight, and then we're going to end, and we're going to do DSP Tries It Crumble Cookies. So if you want to see that, attend the late night stream, okay? Good stuff.
I don't want to watch you eat cookies. I think I'm all set there.
Okay,
good.
what I would like to do for the end of the show, because now we've talked a lot about all these topics, is
no, you've talked a lot.
Do a little bit of Q&A. I'm going to allow you guys to...
I'm going to allow you.
Just ask me some questions. Tag me in either chat, and let's see what you guys want to talk about. Battleduck says, too bad your Friday stream will be loaded, because some of us will be loaded. Get it? Like, they're going to get loaded on Friday to...
Want. Take the money and return the joke.
I think I'm interested in this. This is because at first I was. The premise of the game sounds good, and the trailer completely turned me off from wanting to play the game. So, Texas Shooter, yes, I have played Metal Slug before. In fact, I played a lot of Metal Slug back in the day when they were arcade games on the SNK cabinets. I played like 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think there's another one too. Like I played a bunch of them back in the day. That's for sure.
There's nothing else interesting that's going to happen on here. I'm just going to blow through the end of this. I'm certainly going to go past all the dead air,
And roughly 2.5 to 3 hours of gameplay in. We're in a great spot. First thing we're doing today is taking on a super boss. One of the hard
No one
kind
cares.
of wore out its interest. People weren't that interested in it anymore. So we stopped playing it. But I would definitely go back to Bala Show on a stream if people wanted me this morning, which means you now are on the leaderboard with 2 gifted subs this morning. Thank
Oh, they love you. Look at all the money they're giving you. They love you. Does that make you feel better?
you for that.
We know all of this is tied to your low self-esteem.
Because I didn't have a map, so I didn't know what was going on. And I just kept going and going, and I ended up in the Soul Sanctum. And
Is the Hellmark game any good?
for Soul Sanctum, we'll probably go back end of 2010. I ended up making a ton of money on YouTube. And so I had to do my taxes differently. I didn't get a tax guy at that point. Like, I didn't pay a tax attorney. I just went to H&R Block. They had no clue how to do the taxes. They didn't have a lick of idea of how to do the taxes at all. And so they kept
I'm positive that's not true.
asking me questions, asking me for more documentation. And at the end of the day, they charged me a ton of money. I was like, I thought the whole idea of doing taxes with you is that you're cheaper. And they were like, oh, but your taxes were different because you had your regular pay from your old job, then you had this miscellaneous from your new job, and we charge you more for that. And I was like, then I'm just going to fucking get a tax attorney. And that's what I did. After that, I was like, I'm not going to go to you. You guys are ripping me off. I'm just going to go pay for the real deal then.
Good, like an adult. Very good. I'm glad for you. Oh, is that it? Did
Okay.
the whole thing just come to a whimper?
One day tomorrow, but I'll be back
Oh, it
video
did.
as comments, and I appreciate you. There'll also be complete dickheaded losers who will say terrible things.
Oh, wait a minute. We're gonna catch all of this crunchiness right here.
Right balance, right? Really, it's about finding the right balance. It's not that if I never ask for contributions and I fail, that's not going to work. If I ask too much for contributions, then I could skew that and judge a game unfairly based on support that really isn't particularly for that game. But in addition, I could piss people off. So that's the big topic we talked about today. I would love feedback. I'm sure some people will actually leave nice, constructive feedback on this video as comments, and I appreciate you. There'll also be complete dickheaded losers who will say terrible things, horrible things, and then they'll flip it and they'll try to, make content out of it because they're life losers. I don't care about those people. Don't worry about it, okay? But I would
You sound like you don't care.
love honest, constructive feedback on what you think. All right?
Ah,
Alrighty, everybody. So remember, tomorrow, there will not be a podcast. Reason being, tomorrow, I'm going to do a morning show, and I'm going to try to get a lot of gameplay in of Dragon Quest, all right? So I do hope that you will join me
so I'm only gonna talk until 12:55 and not 1 o'clock, and then we'll play Dragon Quest.
for a fun day tomorrow. But I'll be back on Friday for a very jam-packed show, including reacting to the state of play and reacting to the
So I guess, he didn't beg, and we should all feel felted for some reason.
Silent Hill transmission.
I guess that's what we take away from all of this.
So thank you all so very much for an awesome show. I had a great time. I hope that you did too. And I will see you all soon for the next week-ending episode. This person says, with a $10 tip, thank you so much. You have the Dream Nail. You can go unlock a DLC. They're located in the Howling Cliffs, which is accessible from the top right of Green Path. This is good to do because it requires you to do different...
Well, there we go. He bitched and moaned and complained, and as we can see here in the lower left, King's Tax 123. So I guess his overall plan worked. Because he'll more than likely, he's just starting the game, so he'll hit his non-goal today. So that's at least something. I'm going to get all of this horrificness off of the screen now. So that's it for me. I have no interest in watching him play this, but I appreciate everybody hanging out. If he does something completely insane today, which you never know with this guy, then I'll be back tomorrow. We'll shit on him and make fun of him some more. I appreciate everybody for all of the generosity and all the support. Thank you very much. I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, but you don't have to, like always, because I'm not your mom. I can't tell you what to do. Big ups, be safe, have fun, and as always, stay toxic, my friends.